The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is, oh God, it's a tasty Thursday, March 24th, 2022. This sports show begins right now. Yeah. Can't thank you enough for joining us here at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. March Madness continues. Sweet 16 this evening. Our guy, one half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys at Tone Diggs, will have an entire tasty tournament talk breakdown for all of us to enjoy. We currently have a boost live on FanDuel Sportsbook for over 575 points to be scored in all 4 games tonight. It goes from minus 120 to plus 120. Ooh. I want to let everybody know we have had a lot of questions about these numbers.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
There's been some give and take. There has been some conversations because we need some teams to get real hot here.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
All right, we love it. We're betting on it strictly because it's our boost, it's our bet, it's our love, our idea, and we want everybody to do good.
Yeah.
Everybody score.
Here we go.
I think Arizona, Arkansas is the beginning of the whole thing at 7 o'clock, 7:09. Is that not right?
Gonzaga, Arkansas.
Gonzaga, Arkansas, 7:09. Then there's a game at like 7:29. Then there's a game at like 8. And then there's a game at 10. So tonight should be absolutely loaded and absolutely fantastic. The 575 plus, we're just rooting for everybody.
That's right. Here we go.
You know what I mean? It takes a lot out of it. It takes all the emotion out of it. Tonight we're just, good shot. Good shot. Come on, make that shot. Good shot. Can't be fucking missing layups. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. Basketball. It's going to be exciting. There's some news coming out of the NFL. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Matthew Ryan.
Oh, whoa.
Little
slip.
Bro,
Yeah.
get past it. You know?
Yep.
Uh-huh. PTSD. We all understand.
Yeah.
PCSD.
Yeah. True.
Right.
Post Carson.
Stress disorder.
Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely. Anyways. Matt Ryan has restructured his contract to take $6 million off the books for next season, so he's only accounting for $18 million.
Hey.
That's a steal.
We got Matt Ryan with a full offensive line, Jonathan Taylor in the back. We don't have any weapons right now. T.Y. Hilton allegedly talking to the Dallas Cowboys, but the Colts open up some space with Matt Ryan's contract being converted into signing bonus and everything like that. Thank you, Matthew Ryan, for doing that. Thank you,
Matthew.
Christopher Ballard, for doing that.
Thank you,
Excited to
Chris.
see what the Colts do. There's other news. Bobby Wagner might be a Ram. He was allegedly there yesterday afternoon and stayed through for a few hours. They're talking about life and contracts. There's mutual interest. There's things popping off around the league. There's a lot of rumors going around for what could have happened if other quarterbacks would have went different places or free agents would have went different places. Nick was sending us an entire breakdown of how basically every team had their free agency process this offseason. So much shit. So much hope, so much, they're going there, they're staying here. It has been wild. Let's assume something happens today because that has been the NFL offseasons. We'll take your calls on the 5-Hour Energy phone line, 1-833-4-McAfee. The Talks Table is here, at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Fellas, how you doing?
Pretty darn good. You know, I will say that with all the trades going around, it's almost like a keep your head on a swivel because I really, like in years
Aaron
past.
Rodgers might be traded.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
That's not what I'm saying.
Maybe.
But,
Might
you know,
be.
you start to hear things through the grapevine like, maybe DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett is available, and the Seahawks will be. And then maybe the Packers have 2 first-round picks now. Maybe they will kind of hop back in and make a move. So I really am. In years past, you don't do it, but it's kind of head on a swivel like, hey, something might happen.
Ty Schmidt just alluded to something that leaked earlier today. Allegedly, the Packers and the Chiefs both in conversation for if DK Metcalf is available. That came from Jack Settleman. And I'm going to settle it right now. Whenever you talk about the settlement, This son of a bitch is settling it and setting it straight.
That's right. Reliable source.
Jack Settleman, whenever his name pops up on a little bit of a source or a feed, you say, hey, Jack, hey, that settles it.
Yeah.
With Settleman. All right? And the thing about him is he's saying that the Packers and the Chiefs have inquired about DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett's availability. Seattle is opening to listening to offers for their star wide receivers, but nothing is imminent, which is fascinating because I forget who it was. Somebody came out and said they chatted with Pete Carroll, a member of the Seahawks. And basically, Pete Carroll said, hey, this isn't a rebuild. We're just trying to do things in a different way. I'm older, I'm chewing my gum still. I'm doing my thing. We're still competing every single day. We're still shooting hoops in the team meeting room. We're still having Will Ferrell come around and do that whole thing.
Yeah.
We're just trying to do it in a different way than we have in the past because although it did bring us a Super Bowl, it hasn't in some time. We need to change shit up. If they move on from DK and Tyler Lockett, that'll be very fascinating. Very, very fascinating to me because it does seem like, you're rebuilding for sure.
Yeah.
Now, Drew Lock is allegedly a person that they enjoy at the quarterback position, but then insiders say, hey, look for Seattle Seahawks to be interested in Matt Corral. Look for them to be interested in Malik Willis. Look for them to be interested in Kenny Pickett. Look for them to be interested in Baker Mayfield. So it's who knows what we don't know. We'll keep our eyes and ear to the ground in this vicious cockfight that is the NFL free agency period that has been ramped up much more, I think, than it has in the past. At Boston Connor, watched that hockey talk last night. Bruins are dead, Golden Knights are dead. Talks the table, might as well stop rooting for hockey.
Well,
take that helmet off your fucking desk.
Absolutely not, because it's
Take
funny
it
you
off.
say that because Billy G talked about, back in my day, we used to be hammering beers after games, and all of a sudden this whole entire new, mantra, hey, we got to take care of our bodies. And I know the Bruins and Pasta and Marshy and everybody on that team is just slugging beers because morale has never been higher. So I'm not even worried about the Bruins. The Celtics are about to go win the NBA championship. The Bruins are about to raise the Stanley Cup. And, and
the Patriots are tied in the division at odds with the Miami Dolphins.
which is a win. After the offseason and free agency period that the Dolphins had. Are you kidding me?
You guys spent more money than anybody last year.
That's right. Yeah,
so
because
you're just acting like that didn't happen? You guys went all in last offseason.
Yeah, and it definitely worked. Got us back to the playoffs with a rookie quarterback.
Got you guys to the playoffs. It's good.
Yeah. That's all you're looking for now, especially with Josh Allen and the Bills.
And a playoff win, maybe, like the Lions.
No, because
that's what we're looking for.
Well, playoff wins and Super Bowls, they're going to come. The Lions are doing it with a guy who sucks at quarterback, and they're paying him $40 million a year. So it's a much different situation. But for the Patriots,
Goff has taken enough. All right.
I agree.
good guy.
I'm just calling it how it is. He won 2 games last year.
What a fucking offseason for the Dolphins.
Unbelievable. They got. Armstead universally was the #1 free agent
tackle. Available.
Tackle and even overall.
Really? Just overall?
Overall, he was the top. And then a guy like Tyreek Hill, 1 of 1. They get him too. The Dolphins had an unbelievable free agency. Alec Ingold, fullback superstar, was with the Raiders before they got him. Mostert. It's impressive. Then
Edmonds, right?
Yeah, Chase Edmonds on there, and then you talk like
look
Mike
at fucking
McDaniel.
Gumpy back there with his hat and his glasses, just smiling his little life away. You look fantastic, Gumpy. Good for you, man. Isn't it crazy because they gave the stats? I think Sunday Night Football gave the stats since 2000. I thought it was since 2010. It was actually 22 years with the amount of wins per team, and literally. It's
this room.
This room right here is the top 4. So we are obviously, the most obnoxious, but we also, whenever we're talking about football, it's fun. We enjoy it because there's hope all the time and everything like that. Now, there's other teams that are on the complete opposite end of that spectrum. Foxy's team's on that end.
Right, absolutely.
I believe the Jets were down there as well. The Dolphins were not high down there. They were down there as well. Gumpy, I think, after all the moves that were made, and I think we justifiably so, I feel like the Dolphins are like, hey, we're in a conversation for at least the next 3 years now.
Oh, yes.
You can't have like the #1 wide receiver. Granted, he plays a different position than like Devontae plays, and I know there's other wide receivers that are incredible, but Tyreek Hill is an anomaly on a football field. If they have him, they have a chance to win in a game as long as they can get him the goddamn ball.
Yeah.
And if Tua can do his job, which by the way I believe he can, there are doubters.
A lot will be for the next 6 months.
A lot. I'm not a doubter.
There's a lot of doubters.
Tony.
There's a lot of doubters. Tony, aren't you a negative towards
You
Tua?
hate Tua.
When?
Didn't you say, the pressure's on if the guy stinks? You said it yesterday. You don't even remember. Don't worry. We'll get to you in 1 second. You did. I think you said like Tua stinks.
I don't think I... Maybe. I don't know.
I never said that.
I never said that.
I never said that. No, but you have asked questions, and maybe you haven't bared it. Maybe it was somebody else. But there's been a lot of people that have been like, "Well, Tua is not going to be able to keep up with all these horses." I believe Lefko, Bleacher Report, and also TNT Talent, been on the show before.
Yep.
Good guy. He actually talked. He put out a tweet that was very aggressive. It was like a 50 cal bullet trying to put it into a pistol. And he basically said, here's what it's like whenever you have the weapons that the Dolphins have with Tua at quarterback. I'm like, oh my God, that is a shot.
Yeah.
People really feel that way about Tua. I thought every time I've seen Tua play, like, hey, the guy can sling the rock, feels like he's passionate, seems like his teammates like him now. Like, what is the...
They
what is
hate him.
Why?
Everything I posted yesterday, Tua stinks. The Bills fans were coming out. I never said the Dolphins are better than the Bills. The Bills are the cream of the crop.
You just said we have hope.
I just said I hope we can make the fucking playoff. Thank you. That's all I said. The Bills are the best team in the AFC East. Maybe the NFL. It's just nice to have hope for a team for once.
Hey, don't let them bring you down. You're
Not
having a great time
chance.
right now.
Grinning like the butcher's dog.
Bingo. There's the tweet right there. We're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's quite a shot.
Yeah, big time.
That is
Throwing
quite.
haymakers.
That is a bomb from Lefko. By the way, Lefko normally super positive, players guy, but maybe he's just he's
Who's
like
he root for?
Huh?
Who's he root for?
Philly, I think.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Oh, he's got a lot of room to talk.
Well, Jalen Hurts. Hey, we don't know what Jalen Hurts is either.
Tua's better than Jalen Hurts. I'll say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because you just don't like Philadelphia, or
Thank you, Tony.
Well, Tua can at least throw a little bit.
Jalen was right? What are we even talking
Playoffs
about?
last year.
Wait until
Yeah,
you
he played
see.
well in that game.
Well, they
playoff
ran game.
football is,
Yeah,
you know.
bad game. Playoffs are
Over.
best. What's that?
They were 0-for against teams with a winning record last year. But hey, I think Jalen Hurts is a fine quarterback.
New head coach.
Yeah.
Play who's in front of you.
The whole scene. I mean, what do you want him to do?
Exactly.
Jalen's going to grow. He's going to continue to play rock, paper, scissors. He's going to do his entire thing
right.
with Sirianni. They're going to do their thing. Tua, two big question marks there, though. Jalen, Tua. Now, they're going to be linked forever because of what happened at Alabama. But Tua, both those guys, I think, like, all right, we'll see. But now Tua has the opportunity that a lot of quarterbacks wish for, that his weapons seems like an entire program's going all in around them. They're not paying coaches to lose or tank or, not going to get weapons for you to throw the ball to. You talk about ex-quarterbacks that, like, maybe their NFL careers stink. You hear them talking, they're like, yeah, I mean, definitely didn't get as many wins as we had hoped for, but would have been nice if we had like maybe a one wide receiver too, like an offensive line.
Decent,
Yeah, I think I would have been much better if I would have had like maybe a coach that said like, hey, or organization GM said like, hey, we're going to build this around you. Like you hear a lot of ex-quarterbacks talk like that. That didn't work out. Because by the way, if they're in the NFL, they're fucking good quarterbacks. They're great quarterbacks. They were great somewhere. There's a reason they're there. Now, I think there are some quarterbacks that have made it in the NFL that had bad records in college somehow because they could throw the shit out of the pigskin, and maybe they're just NFL backups forever, and we don't know if they're actually good at football or not, but they can throw the ball well. But I think what Tua is getting right now, to your point yesterday, like there's no excuses now. It's like, hey, this team went all in, brought in the best offensive lineman. They got you the best wide receiver that you could possibly get. They got another dog in there. Bringing in a fullback. We got a run game coordinator wizard that's coming in here that's going to take the pressure off your arm, hopefully a little bit. Our defense can play. Like you have no more excuse. So whenever Tua retires, if it's after this season he's forced into it, or if he plays for 10, 15 years, I think the answer will be, like my third year, I think he'll probably have his ukulele. Like my third year, I think like the team actually wanted me to win. It felt like, and they got me like a wide receiver, and an offensive line, and a coach, and life got a lot better than this. And then his career went. Or it's going to end, and people are going to say they got Tua, an offensive line, they got him a fucking great wide receiver core, they got him a run game coordinator, they got him a run game, they had a defense, and they still weren't able to win. That's the two conversation pieces that are going to happen, and I think Tua wouldn't want it any other way, personally. Big day for the Dolphins yesterday.
Huge day. And like even if Tua does maybe come out and lay an egg, like Teddy Bridgewater's a pretty formidable backup. Like they'll be okay right after if he doesn't come out and perform well.
Yeah, Tannenbaum's got him starting week 6. Hey, Tannenbaum, how about this? A team you ran into the ground, maybe don't talk about them.
Ever.
I'm done.
Just
stop it.
leave it off.
Cut it out.
Talking
Every
points.
other team, go ahead. Just not the Dolphins.
Because Tannenbaum, the era of Tannenbaum for the Dolphins wasn't fantastic, or
He stunk.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Well,
Was he getting paid to lose?
yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. now.
Find out
Wow.
in court. Find out in court. Find out in court. I mean, that's all still going to get figured out in litigation, you know. Defense coordinator or defensive assistant. What is Flores for the Steelers?
He is inside linebackers coach, or maybe outside linebackers coach, and special assistant to defense.
Hell yeah.
What a great fucking coach.
Yeah.
Honestly, what a great coach Tomlin just brought into the building. What do you want to? You want to be a specialist? All right, fuck it. We'll give you a
Senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach.
Beast.
And he's got Tomlin, who's just like he's either eating wings with quarterbacks in college,
Every
or he's,
single
or he's
quarterback.
watching film. By the way, he's meeting with all of them, even if he's not interested, just to learn about them. Like, all right, let me get as much intel as I possibly can. Like the Patriots, I assume there was never a chance they were going to draft Pat White ever. But they had me punting to Pat White. They had me kicking to Pat White. They had Pat White throwing. They had him catching. And you could just see them like just taking notes basically the entire time. It's like, all right, this is what this guy is if we ever have to face him. That's a lot of the pre-draft stuff. That's why it's hard to believe what's real and what isn't. Because are they just going to get intel for if they ever have to play against this person? Or are they going to get intel for them to play on their team? It's hard to judge that. He was eating wings with Malik Willis. Then he was eating wings with Desmond Ritter. Mike Tomlin's been on the move here. They just signed Trubisky. Are you guys bringing in a quarterback in that late round pick, you think?
Yeah, he also ate with Corral, I believe, as well too. There's a good chance that if you're doing all this work, that there's a good chance that a quarterback comes in the draft this year as well. But do you think, because Matt Rule's been in all these places as well, do you think like Tomlin's like, hey, you know, I've been doing this a lot longer. I get fucking dinner with these guys. Maybe you can have coffee tomorrow morning with them or something.
You think Matt Rule's just getting bullied out of these combos?
I mean, he's not having dinner with them. Or do you think he sits at the booth behind them and just over?
You said a kid's table. That's what you just said.
No, the booth behind them.
By the way, Matt Rule, I saw him on one of these pro days. I know he got paid a lot of money, but he's aging like a president right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Getting old.
When he was at Baylor and they were doing their
Looked
thing.
great.
Looked great. Spry.
Yeah.
Ready to go. He's been at
Happy.
these pro days just like, gotta figure out how to fucking win a game.
Do you think Coach T is evaluating how the quarterbacks eat the wings?
That's fascinating. I got to
Smart.
I got to go eat wings one time with a media person in college. And it was like me, Pat, Steve, I forget who else. There was no reason for me to be there. I was thankful to be asked. It was one of the only media things I've ever been asked to do. And the media guy, he was eating his flat wings by pinching at the top, flattening that thing, and then just taking it out. And it was what I learned from that meeting. The only thing I did was watch that and learn how to do it. I'm like, that's how I'm eating the flat wings for the rest of my life. Maybe that is what Coach T's doing.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe
Kent-
he's got one of those, and he's like, let me show you a little something.
Have you seen this?
And he's fucking, let me show you this a little bit, boys. Or maybe he's watching them to pick up their things, or they're just trying to interact with them. Who knows?
Kenny Pickett probably kept his gloves on while he ate the wings. Keep
All
his
right.
hands clean.
All right.
I like
would
that.
be
actually.
interesting.
Smart.
The wing slips out of his hand one time.
Oh, okay, son.
Oh,
Let me
too
see
big,
them.
too
Let me
much
see
meat.
them fucking hands, boy.
Hey, well, put your fucking hand on this wing right here.
That's what I assume the Panthers are doing. They'll just walk up to the table Tomlin and the other quarterbacks are eating at. Hey, hold this fucking pigskin real quick for me, boy. in between bites, hold it.
We don't eat wings here. We eat ham.
Hell yeah.
Put your hand on this.
If your hands are extra saucy, it's hard to grip a ball.
Depends on the sauce.
I had some wings last night. God damn thing slipped out of the hand.
Oh no!
Splash on the table, right onto the thing. I'm like, golly, it's amateur hour. Couldn't even imagine Kenny Pickett's life right now.
Oh my God.
If he was to do that,
amount of
he
fumbles
would
he's
fall in
done.
the third,
Yeah,
fourth round.
exactly.
Drops his phone.
Everything. Oh,
Kidding me?
It's like if I'm shooting something into a trash can in public, I have to make it. Because if I don't, that's why you're a punter, right? Mm-hmm. So if I make it, nothing's said. But if I do it, it's like, that's why you're a punter. For him, literally everything he picks up in his life is going to be talked about. Seems like he's dragging that trash can a little bit, isn't he?
Good
Did you just grip that thing and pick that thing up, or what's going
Hands
on?
too small, or
He's lifting dumbbells, or like, those are 100. Oh, those are only 25. Your hands make it look real big.
okay. Third round pick.
You gotta write it
Third
down.
round grade.
What if he's a fucking guy?
Then all this is even more funny. Because next year it's the same thing.
Kenny will be a
It
good.
is the best. All right, we'll continue to cover all that bullshit in our own way. I assume this is exactly how everybody else is covering this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the sports media world. Yesterday it was announced official Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, Thursday Night Football on Amazon.
Wow. Excited for that one.
I mean, immediately go into conversation of best booth in the NFL. If they can find chemistry, which we assume both of them can because they're both really cool dudes, I'm excited to watch them go to work on Thursday nights. Congrats to Amazon, who I think we all got to see publicly took some swings at some people. They end up going elsewhere.
Yeah.
Now they got Herbie and Al Michaels. That's going to be an immediate fucking game changer. Good for them.
And those games on Thursday nights, you would think will get better, won't they? With that booth. I mean,
First deal, too, though, with Amazon.
well, true.
But
True.
no, I'm saying like you would think it
they'll-
would.
Yeah.
With that booth, with it being the first year, them knowing Amazon has a lot of money, you would think they would put good games. The only issue with Thursday Night Football is I think you can't flex it. So you can predict what you think good Thursday night games would be.
True.
But then by week 10, week 11, it's like, these two teams might not matter, and you
Yeah.
can't change it. So I think that's the only thing they're battling against. But I would assume the NFL is going to try to put good games on Thursday.
It's nice. At least you know that booth's going to be good. You know Monday night's going to be good now. NBC is going to be good with Tirico and Collinsworth. And you assume Fox is going to do the right thing. Like if Greg Olson, like these are going to be, at least there's not
Professional.
A night, there's not a night this week where you know you're going to have to mute the TV.
Yes.
Which you shouldn't have to do with the NFL with the
Correct.
amount of money that's
Which I had
currently
to
in there.
on Mondays.
Yeah.
Well, you go to Manningcast, but the Manningcast now with Joe and Troy in their booth, that's going to be see how that is that going to cannibalize.
I think so.
Probably.
So they might move Manningcast to Thursday then, right? I don't know
Can they?
because they don't have the rights, so you won't be able to show. It'll be a little bit different. It'll just
Yeah.
be a watch along.
Yeah. What if they
Which-
just did games on Sunday? I guess because they're with
They don't have the
ESPN,
rights,
They won't
yeah.
be able to. Yeah.
I don't know. The Manningcast will still
Yeah.
They'll still pay
generate
the
stuff.
needle.
Yeah. It'll still do great. But before we get to Sham Sharania joining us to talk about his time at City Council in New York City,
Oh yeah.
which I'll wait for Shams to get here. My entire take on that. We need to talk about what's going on tonight in the NCAA. It is the Sweet 16. This only happens once a year.
That's right.
All these college basketball programs from all around the country, from all different sizes and shapes and everything like that, have battled so hard, endlessly. Coach K is taking victory lap after victory lap, while these other programs are running gassers and laps to get to this moment, to get to the Sweet 16, to say that everything we did in the offseason, all the shots we put up early in the morning, all the running, all the lifting was 100% worth it. And although there are NIL deals, shot to Doug Ader getting with Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hell yeah.
I ain't never seen a better partnership than those two right there.
Perfect.
And I was thinking about how we could get in the NIL deal after seeing that, but I don't think I'm allowed to just say, hey, you win, I'll give you 30 grand. You lose, I'll give you 10.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do
not.
that, especially with the way things are going on. We will continue to workshop that entire thing. But there's only one man that we call upon to let us know about what we should be watching for in the Sweet 16 and in college basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for episode 2 of T4. That's right, it is time for Tons Tasty Tournament Talk. Hey,
All right. What? 16 teams are left. 8 play tonight.
Wow.
4 games, my friend. We start at 7:09. Gonzaga, Arkansas. The spread is 10. Gonzaga is 10-point favorites. That's a lot. Eric Musselman is great coach for Arkansas. Mark Few, great coach for Gonzaga. Obviously, Gonzaga's been the 1 seed all year long. I think 10's a little bit too much. That's at 7:09 tonight. We start there. 7:29, Michigan versus Villanova. 5-point spread there. You want to go against Jay Wright? You go against Jay Wright and Colin Gillespie on your own time, okay?
that's Villanova's head coach and white guard that shoots the lights out of a gym.
They always got one. It was Archie Knock, and now it's fucking Gillespie, okay?
Okay.
Wow.
Then at 9:39, people are calling it the matchup of the night. Some people are calling it Coach K's funeral.
Whoa.
Hopefully,
Tomorrow we're having a moment of silence, you think?
that would be awesome.
Oh, no.
Texas Tech and Duke. Duke's 1-point dogs. What happened?
Foxy just
Oh.
poor time on a cut there in the
sure.
middle of T4. Go on, please. So
Texas Tech and Duke matchup of the night, 1-point spread. That's the one where we're hoping Duke loses, right?
Okay.
Goddamn right. That Texas Tech
Go,
team.
let's go,
Oh,
Texas
yeah.
Tech.
Go,
Let's go,
TT.
boys.
Great team defense.
They're a veteran group.
They
Oh,
are.
yeah, they are.
They are.
Six
Great
power.
team defense.
Their coach is in the
think one of
locker
our
room. I
cameras
can't
are
remember
slowing
his
down.
name. He said, get your fucking shit together. I don't want to say goodbye to you guys.
That was that coach. I saw that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He said, "I don't want to say bye to you," and he clapped him right on his on his thigh there. Yeah, go, let's get back.
And then the nightcap, we got Houston and Zona. Zona's also a 1 seed. They got a bunch of bigs, okay? And then Houston was a good ball team. I was going to pick them to win a tournament, but they've had some injuries. Good ball coach, Kelvin Sampson, takes his shirt off.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the nightcap tonight. That one was also like a 1.5 point spread zone of being the favorite.
What time does that game start?
9:49, I think.
Gonna be a late night here. Gonna be a late night. Sounds like you kind of mailed it in on that last game. Just want to let you know in T4 if we're gonna be doing judging. But great work.
Nice job, Tony.
Thank you so much for Terrence Tasty tournament talk there. So we like in that first game. We certainly like.
I think I'm gonna go with the 10 in Arkansas.
Arkansas plus 10. You like that coach? You said he's good.
Yeah.
And then in that Michigan Villanova game, you're saying Villanova. What do we even think?
I would. I'm not taking either of the first two games, but I would lean Arkansas, lean Nova. I'm not gonna go against Jay Wright.
Well, why is that only 5? Right.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Michigan's been
hot.
playing very well,
Yeah.
and if you look back, they were ranked top 10 when the season started. They might finally be hitting their stride.
Oh, because this is when you just need to bring it together in the right time, and this is the time.
Yeah, after Juwan smacked
That's
that guy,
the
everybody
scariest
really.
game of the night to bet on, in my opinion.
Because of the line, how weird it is?
I think both teams could lay an egg, and I don't know who it's going to be.
And then I think both of us are taking Texas Tech and Arizona money line.
Because that old guy saying, I don't want to say body you.
I won't say body.
I won't say bye to you.
Hey, it sounded like the team was bought in.
Also,
by it.
So as far as experience goes, Texas Tech is 34th most experienced in the country. Duke is 346. So, I mean, we get to this part of the tournament. I like the guys with some experience aren't going to poop their pants.
Fair.
Well, and we already saw what happened in the Duke UNC game for those Duke kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their
Big
pants.
yeah, kind of.
And they almost lost to a far inferior team and program last game to
Who?
Michigan State.
All right. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. January, February is out of the tournament. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, season, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, Super Bowl,
Valentine's
Izzo is
Day.
out
Izzo's
of
out.
the tournament.
Free
Agency.
Big Ten's never won anything.
It's fun doing calendars. The Mayans did this. They had such a blast.
Yeah.
Look
Best
what we're
calendar
doing.
of all.
Yeah.
Look, we're doing this right now.
That was fun.
All right, let's get to a break.
Wait,
Go
still no women's tournament update or
No, this is him.
Yeah.
Hey, this is him. T4, two
Tone's
episodes
decision.
in.
I think that
No,
they started.
T4,
Yep.
2 episodes in.
Jesus
They start in April.
Still, no, this is your problem.
How dare you?
My God.
You watch that commercial, maybe you should fucking pay attention to it one time.
Damn it.
I haven't seen that commercial.
You had to
How
have.
dare you?
Probably change the channel.
It's just words and sound.
Yeah.
Oh, so I definitely didn't see it. I need fucking bright lights and stuff to keep my attention.
Also, there's a super boost tonight, Tony.
Yeah, all the overs. Right up my alley.
Have to hit. They all have to hit.
Here we go.
Yeah, need them all.
Need 'em.
And some.
That's a bad
We need
boost.
Gonzaga to score 140 points in the first game.
Boom.
Listen, we got this boost approved. It is not a good boost. Like, I honestly, most boosts I like a lot. Like, all boosts. This is the only boost I think we have ever put up on there that I do not like. Yeah.
Which
and
means?
I'm kind of, which means they'll probably hit.
So it's a good boost.
So last boost though that we put up, Sid score a point and the Pens to beat the Columbus Jackets, which easy block happened early. This one, I'd start doing the math on what the over-unders are. All of the over-unders are 572 and a half. Ours is 575 plus for the entire night. It's only a plus 120. Plus 120 is obviously good. I'm not saying only. Anytime you get plus money is good. But a lot has to happen. I don't-
Overtime.
a lot-
One or two overtimes.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Half the
getting
games need to go to
We get
overtime.
an
As long as every team.
That first game, Arkansas Gonzaga needs to, because those two teams push the ball. So that game needs to.
All right, let's get to a break. We're back on the other side with Sham Sharanya. He was there visiting New York City Council. And we'll continue to try to calculate how we should become a little firmer believers in this particular boost.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you in 4. Cheers.
I want to tell you a story. A story about a young man who once had a gambling problem, perhaps, before all these FanDuel sports books. The greatest app, the greatest place to gamble existed. There were bookies, there were illegal gambling rings. And one time, yes, I was a part of one. And I could not pay my bill, per se. I broke my legs. But now, because of FanDuel Sportsbook, they saved my life. That's why I will always gamble with the #1 sportsbook in America, FanDuel Sportsbook.
The Jacksonville Duval Jaguars are dead. And I think that is something that is a shame. But we should at least have a moment of silence, I guess, for the Urban Meyer-led Jacksonville Jaguar squad. He chose one time not to fly back home with the team after a loss. Said, I gotta see the grand babies. That's right. The only babies he saw were those young ladies at the shop house that week. Couple fingers. Devil. He had to answer a lot of questions about that, but then he got back on track and started coaching football.
Oh, yeah. Forget about the fingers.
And they won. They won a game in London. How'd they win? It's because they forgot about the fingers. That's right. And then they came back to America. And they lose. And they lose. And they lose. And they lose. And anonymous sources say, this guy fucking stinks. He's laughed out of meeting rooms. Everybody wants to smack him in the mouth.
Attitude reflect leadership, Captain.
Have a little mirror therapy, pal.
A little bit.
You stink.
You guys ever get yourself one of these? I didn't think so, you losers.
Hey, this one from high school, this one from college, and this one right here, middle fingers open for the NFL. If any of you would stop fucking me over.
Goddamn right.
That's what we're trying to get. Hey, you, defense coordinator.
What's that?
You got any of these?
No, I don't. I don't, Coach.
That's why I thought you're a fucking loser.
I'm sorry,
You
Coach.
need to stop by the job. Anyways, they're dead. I went to one of his shows. He forced me into doing. He's wearing football pants.
I think Marco
actual knee pads.
Does he have a fake face on?
Yeah, he has a fake face on. That is not Chris Angel. That or he's been eating McDonald's with Mark Davis for the last 5 years.
All right, I just want to let
And it
everybody
only went
know.
straight to his face.
I just want to let everybody know this is NFL related. Okay, we have to talk about
Cover it.
this.
Have to cover it.
Why is his penis a different color?
He's wearing football pants.
That's a
Hey, welcome back to it's Sweet 16 tonight, Thursday, March 24th, 2022. This show is now about to dabble into the association.
whoa.
But it's not just the association, you see, because the association had been battling with some mandates and protocols in the city of New York for some time. This man that we're about to talk to has been tracking it since the beginning, and now there is a massive update. Ladies and gentlemen, senior NBA insider for The Athletic in the stadium, Shams Charania. Hey, baby, Shams.
Oh, no.
Oh, Nick had him muted. Nick had him muted. Sean, sorry.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Can you
Nick-
guys hear me now?
Yeah, Nick didn't want to hear you.
Come on, Pat.
Hey, wasn't
Come
me.
on, Pat. What are you guys doing?
Wasn't
today?
me. Whoa.
Classic
Actually, it was
hockey,
me.
hockey basketball move.
Yeah, it was a little bully moment there. Shams, great to see you. Can I lay something out and then you correct it for me, okay, if I'm wrong?
Let's hear it.
Okay. Kyrie Irving. I'm not going to get the vaccine. I've made up my mind. I know people aren't going to like this. It's going to be polarizing. I'm very healthy. I'm not doing it. Well, you can't fucking play here in New York City, okay? Because there's a private sector mandate that if you work for a company that's within the city, you're an employee, you're not able to work at your place. But there's somebody that can come to a game that isn't vaccinated. Another team can have a player that isn't vaccinated. They can play here, but since their home and work isn't here, that's why. You can't work here. That's kind of bullshit, isn't it? And then Kevin Durant says, hey, Eric, come the fuck on, Eric, okay, to the mayor, all right? That whole thing happens. That's been going on for months, right? Months. Eric Adams, new mayor, I think he actually said, yes, this is a very dumb rule, and I think he's saying that because the person he beat for the mayoral candidateness was the guy that instated it and was like, yeah, this is a bad rule, makes that guy look bad. So they didn't know how it was going to get figured out. Then Yankee baseball season came around.
That's right.
And they didn't know what was going to go on. And Aaron Judge, who hits balls real far, especially in that stadium in New York, he hits balls real far. And Aaron Judge was asked, like, I know it's a personal question, but have you been vaccinated? And Aaron Judge goes, oh, we'll cross that bridge whenever we get there. Then boom, the New York media. Oh shit, Aaron Judge isn't vaccinated because this private sector mandate, he's not going to be able to play. Now the city council people, they're walking around New York City. They go to a diner to get some coffee, and the person at the diner goes, here's your coffee, councilman. Aaron Judge is allowed to fucking hit home runs, right? Aaron Judge is allowed to hit home runs for the Yankees. Then they go down the street. They stop at one of those bodegas. They're like, give me a scratch off. Give me that newspaper. Give me that. The bodega, you got it here. The fucking Yankees are playing baseball, right? And then the city council's like, God damn it. And that's happening to every one of them. They sit down and they say, you know what? We can make a little fucking, for the Yankees, for the Mets, for musicians, and for basketball players. We can say no more, right? Absolutely. Is that what happened? Is that why this happened? Because of how popular the Yankees are in New York City, that the council finally did it?
So in the official release today announcing this change with the exemption for the pro athletes and performers, two teams were quoted, the Mets and the Yankees. There was no mention of the Nets. Now, I don't know if that's because, you know, what happened, you know, at Barclays Center when Kyrie showed up and, you know, all the comments after the game. I don't know if it was that. I don't know if the mayor's office felt perturbed by that situation. I would doubt that. But, you know, with the timing and how everything happened, you know, I've been talking to a lot of people, not even just in the NBA, but across all sports. And the thing that kept coming up is the Yankees are like the Cowboys and the Lakers and I guess the Knicks. I mean, there's probably like 5 teams in America that you can, or even the world that you can put in and be like, if you mess with them or if you do anything to kind of jeopardize how you know their position, like I don't know how it would have went over if, you know, I was told there were, you know, everyone talks about Aaron Judge. I was told there were like 4 or 5 major players on the Yankees that were not vaccinated. Like I'm not talking, you know, the 8-9 hitter. I'm talking like top of the line. I'm talking like, you know, pitching like. So if you're talking,
just say their names. Just say their names.
Hey, listen, I'm not here to out anyone, but I will say this: if you're the city, I mean, just think about it. Imagine shutting out the Yankees and, you know, the Mets. Obviously, they're a team. From everything I've been told, I'm not big in following the MLB at a daily level, but I've been told the Mets have a team that they feel will be competitive this year. So if they feel that way, the Yankees are obviously the Yankees. It's tough. Opening days on April 7th. I personally don't think that it was a coincidence that this all happened at once. Now, obviously, what the mayor said today is it was about leveling the playing field, and I can actually I agree with that. And I think this is something that the mayor has spoken about. Adam Silver came out and spoke openly about it around All-Star break that this is not a rule that makes much sense. Eric Adams said it, so I think it was the prevailing thought. It was just a matter of time. But the private sector mandate, the workers' mandate still exists in New York City. It's just for the athletes, they've lifted it.
Okay, so that's a piece of information that I thought they lifted the entire private sector thing. But if the Yankees and the MLB and the MLBPA continue the lockout, if they continue the lockout and they're not playing baseball, this is in forever, right? Don't you think?
Again, this is all fluid. Again, I don't know.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
just because the Yankees. It is the council people. I'm not a fucking Nets fan. What are we even? I do not care about that. But I will go down and pee next to Giuliani and watch that Yankees. You know, like that. I honestly,
I do feel like there was a new momentum. Like once the Yankees and Mets got involved in this, it's one thing if you mess with, you know, the Nets, and obviously Kyrie Irving has been like the poster boy of this whole situation since October, September of last year, and kind of unfairly. And then, but now you throw in the Yankees, you throw in the Mets players, and there's no question. Like, there was definitely a level of pressure that was applied. Randy Levine, who has political ties, he's the president of the Yankees, he came out and said, we are working closely with the city to come up with a solution.
Yeah, they know their campaign money is dead.
Come on now.
They did not go in there. All right, let's move on. Congrats to Kyrie and the Nets. Yeah. Now, granted, I hope everybody's safe. Everybody's safe and everybody lives.
I'm surprised you guys haven't done the mandate. COVID is over chant. Like, I feel like now finally we can.
By the way, COVID is dead. Now we just be dancing on the grave. There's no reason. There's no reason for us to do that. I wore these shoes because I knew you were going to be on. You see what shoes those are?
No, what are those?
You know whose shoes those are?
Probably never seen them on court.
I got you. Are those the new ones? Are those the twos or the ones?
And who the fuck knows? They're a great pair. I don't know if they're the twos or the ones, but I did see.
Disease.
Okay, I saw Zion. I was one of the original investors in the Zion shoe. As soon as I could get them, I got them. I got the red ones too that are actually kind of a weird pink. That was a terrible decision, but the black ones are very, very nice.
Those are nice. Those look good.
Hey, and they feel good too. Like
they feel good.
Yeah, they feel good. Well, because they had to, because he blew that shoe out in college, so they had to really, do good on this one. I seen the video of him. Very similar to the videos I've seen of Zion for the last 15 years of his life. Taking off through the legs, dunk. Now, the floor, interesting. People are saying that what he is abusing the wood in a certain fashion that they've never seen before. Obviously, it goes down on a jump and then down on the one leg. But nonetheless, Zion posting an off the backboard, through the legs, windmill dunk is him saying, I'm ready to play basketball, or is this just him showing his progress? We're about to see him back on the court. Yeah, this is good. Zion back.
Zion's back.
We out here saying Zion back.
He's definitely back on the court.
Zion back. Windmill fucking dunks. Yo, Zion's back. Dude, is that what's happening right now, Shams?
He's definitely back on the court. There's no question about it. We saw it, and then he was in practice yesterday. So, yes, he's back on the court, and he's progressing. I think it's clear. He got cleared for one-on-one. But yeah, that dunk? That's insane. Like that dunk probably wins the dunk contest. And I think everyone was talking about I think there was like a conspiracy theory on the internet. Was there padding, and do the Pelicans have like padding for the floor at their arena? I did some checking on it. There is no padding at the Pelicans arena or their facility for dunks like this. So I can say I was told that I don't know if it was optical illusions. I don't know if it's the shadows or the lighting. I don't know on all that. I'm not a video
So that's not an amateur wood. That's not a softer wood for the rehab for him to bounce off of. People are saying it was like slam ball on the internet.
No, I did some checking on it. There was nothing nefarious that I could find out. I knew yesterday, Pat, when we spoke. I have to find out the information. That's very pertinent, very important information.
Yep.
I think it's positive. It's great for the NBA, right? Like the NBA, when Zion first got drafted, the amount of national TV games the Pelicans got, how much, the hype around Zion Williamson, it's only positive for the league, the Pelicans fans, Zion Williamson fans, for them to see him dunking like that, for them to see him at practice. I mean, it's only good news for the league. But the Pelicans, they're going to be patient with his return process. I mean, the bottom line is that he just got cleared for one-on-one yesterday. There's a ramp-up process that he has to have, right? It goes from
ramped up.
1-on-0,
he just put the ball off the backboard. Okay, just
3-on-3.
Shots. What is the ramp-up
process?
How much more do we need to ramp up? What is going on?
Zion was on the cusp of full 5-on-5 practice. Remember, I came on the show and I said the plan is for him to practice 5-on-5 later today, and he experienced a lot of soreness in that foot that same day, and they had to shut him down that day. The Pelicans did, and we know the rest. He had to get another injection. He went to Portland for rehab, then he comes back to New Orleans, and when he came back to New Orleans, he came back with the intention of trying to ramp up and play. From everything I was told, people around the Pelicans, they saw his determination. I think that's only positive. He wanted to be back on the floor. But when you look at it logistically, it's just time's not on his side. Just the logic of him coming back. There's only 9 games left in the season. There's about 3 weeks left in the year. For him to ramp up to 5-on-5 and then throw him out there for like a play-in game or like a meaningful playoff game. I mean, I think that would be a great story. But around the Pelicans, there's not an expectation of Zion Williamson returning. They're not. It's not like they're banking on him to return. So like right now, yes, it's unlikely. It's not expected. Could there be a miracle recovery? Could he just suddenly start ramping up? I mean, for sure. That would be an amazing sight for all NBA fans.
What am I not getting? What am I not understanding? What, he can't run 5-on-5? He can't run a weave? He doesn't know how to do a pass? He doesn't know how to set a block? Yeah. I'm watching this guy explode through the wood, obviously, through the sky at what, 265, 270, 285?
375.
All right, enough, whatever. Big dude. He's been doing this a long time.
It's amazing. I totally, and I see the optics of it too, right? Like when you see him dunk like that, like what you just said, you said Zion, like you write Zion back, right, Pat? Like I think that's what everyone who's watching that is like, if he can do this, why can't he play in a game? But,
Bingo.
you know, guys, like NBA players, even when they're hurt, like they can still dunk. So it's remarkable what Zion Williamson did on Monday or whenever that was filmed. Like that was super impressive, and that's something that the league, everyone, every fan across the NBA should love that. But does that mean he's ready for a game? He's got to go through the proper ramp up. That's just how it goes in the NBA. He was so close to coming back in December, and then the 5-on-5 doesn't happen. He gets soreness. So we'll see. We'll see as they ramp him up. He gets 2-on-2, 3-on-3. The worst would be if you throw him out there, Pat, and he messes his foot up again, or he breaks, you know, like I don't want to say it, you know, you never want to wish ill will, but the worst, I think the worst case scenario would be like if they rush the rehab and they just throw him out there and something even worse happens.
Can't live in your fears.
That's why they have to be cautious. They have to be safe with this.
Can't live in your fears. You know, I don't know how, you know, who knows what's going to happen.
That's true too. I agree with that.
Because you can get hurt doing whatever, right? Like he can hurt his other foot potentially, or his knee, anything playing the sport. But I think Zion posted that video, right? I think that was Zion giving a bird call to everybody. Like, hey.
No, 100%.
I'm fucking almost ready.
I mean, he clearly thinks that when he went back to New Orleans a couple weeks ago, he went back with the intention of let me try to play, right? But him in his mind wanting and thinking he can play versus actually being ready to play, it can be two totally different things. But I think even more so, I think the one upside in all this, even if he doesn't come back this year, the video that he posted, the practice video that we're seeing, it's like a reminder for us all. Like Zion Williamson is that dude. There's a reason he's one of one. There's a reason This is the Zion Williamson show, right? Like you guys have been on the Zion Williamson hype train, bandwagon, support group the whole time. I love it. I respect it. I wish the Pelicans. So you guys, I know you guys got love for Zion. I think if anything, it shows the league that he's ready whenever he ends up making the comeback, and hopefully he's his best self because he's a one-of-one talent.
I agree completely. Yeah. Hey, Zion, let's go, baby. Huh?
Come on, Zion.
Let's go, Zion. I can't wait to see him back out there. He just averages like a triple-double or something like whenever he's on the field. Shoots like.
I mean, just think about last year. He averaged 25 and like 50. Whatever 6% shooting or whatever he was like. 60. Those are numbers that no one was putting up except for Zion. When he's healthy, he's a one-of-one player. The problem with him this year has just been getting healthy. I think Willie Green, the coach, said yesterday, he's not fully healthy yet. The hope is that he will be fully healthy, and when he is, he'll play.
I can't wait to see what he does when he's fully healthy and dunk. I can't wait to see the first open court dunk he has because that's not healthy. He's like at 60,
40% right now.
50% right there. I mean, I can't even imagine what he. That'd be crazy. He might go.
He could do that dunk. He could have done that dunk every time in the dunk contest, and he probably would have won.
Yeah, but he's only at 40%, 50% too. Imagine when he gets 100. He might be able to put that off the backboard, catch it.
Yeah, both legs a couple times.
Triple.
Yeah, that's right. Like a triple deke almost.
Yeah.
Under. Imagine what the wood's going to do.
Oh,
when he's
explode.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that. What are those superhero
Shockwave.
movies?
Yeah.
Can't wait for him to come back.
Yeah,
up.
here we go, Zion.
We got this.
Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Shams. Is Ben Simons ever going to play for the Brooklyn Nets, or is he another guy that's probably just going to stay on the bench?
I mean, he got an epidural shot last week. He's got a herniated disc in his back. His goal is to play, and there's obviously an uncertainty whether he'll be able to play. But yes, I mean, his goal is to try to figure out a way to get back on the floor. And we saw the Nets last night, right? Kyrie Irving, I think, had like 43 points. Kevin Durant had 35. Those two guys are so lethal offensively. It's like Ben Simmons is the missing piece on this team, really. Like the defense he brings, the passing, he's able to play all 5 positions. Ben Simmons is literally exactly what the Nets need. And so, but they're going to be cautious. The last thing you want to do, especially with a back injury, is bring him back. He's got this disc issue, and you rush it. I think they're going to be cautious with it, but there's an expectation on the Nets that Ben Simmons will play this year. And it's just going to be about him ramping up and feeling healthy. The problem with him is it seems like every time he's gotten on the floor, he's had a flare up in his back. And so the hope is that now that he had the epidural injection last week, he feels better, and hopefully, whether it's in a week or whatever, it gets back on the floor and tries to ramp up.
Hey, we hope he gets back.
Hey, good luck, man.
It's back to the floor, especially now that Kyrie's able to play.
That's
We're
right.
to help the guy out a little bit. Go ahead.
Shams, there's a report that the Lakers game on Sunday against the Pelicans is basically like do or die for them, and that they have to win. Is that accurate? Is there any way that the NBA is going to allow the Lakers to miss the playoffs?
I mean, I think the Spurs are like 2 games behind the Lakers or the Pelicans or whoever for the 8, the 9, 10 teams for the play-in. So yeah, there's definitely a scenario where the Lakers are out of it. But I think right now they're playing well.
Not a chance.
LeBron James sat out yesterday. I think that was one of those maintenance things. I think he played 3 games in 4 nights. You take off yesterday, and then now they have a big 3-game road trip. Not only New Orleans, they play Utah. They played 3 Western Conference teams. I think the goal with him sitting was let's make sure that he has those extra days, gets ready, hopefully dominates in New Orleans on Sunday. But that is a major game. I don't know if I think Russell Westbrook's the one who said it was a must-win.
Yep.
I definitely. I mean, if they want to secure a play-in spot, and also they don't want to be going to New Orleans for a play-in game. Like you want to be hosting New Orleans or San Antonio, whoever makes it in LA. So that game is definitely going to be, that is like Russell Westbrook said. If Russell Westbrook said it's a must-win, it's a must-win.
Hey, Brody's back, right? Isn't he a little bit making some shots?
He's playing better. He's playing better, and, you've got to give him credit. This is exactly what the Lakers, when I was talking to people on the Lakers a few months ago, this is when Russell Westbrook, there were some questions already coming up, like, is he the right fit? Their thing to me was, this is the same thing that happened in Washington. He got off to a rough start, finishes strong. He led Washington with Brad Beal to making it to the play-in, then making it to the playoffs as an 8 seed. So I think similarly here, though, the goal was to make sure that he was 100%. He's 100% now, and he's playing his best basketball. Now you just hope AD gets back in the lineup here in the next couple of weeks. That's got to be what they're hoping for before the regular season's out. And LeBron has been playing at an unbelievable level.
3 weeks left.
It's interesting. The NBA never stops being interesting, and we can't thank you enough for stopping by and sharing with us all your information, pal.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You're not in a spaceship.
I'm not in the spaceship. I'm in LA. I'm in your neck of the woods when you're just out being big time, Pat.
No. I'm in Indy. You're over there with the poop and the RVs and all the stars over there. Tone has a quick question. Go ahead.
Shams, is there trouble in paradise in Miami, or is this just classic Jimmy Buckets doing Jimmy Bucket stuff?
Man, listen, Jimmy's. I mean, he's known as a guy that's the utmost competitor. So this is a team. I think Kyle Kuzma, Wizards forward, former Lakers champion. I think he put out a tweet yesterday. He said something to the effect of the Heat have been like the number 1 seed all year in the Eastern Conference, but the one time everyone talks about them is when they get into it. So I don't know. I think the Heat have gone so under the radar all year, and then they have that flare up. I want to see the response. That's going to be the major thing. How do they respond? If they go on a nosedive here, because this is a bad loss that they had just now to Golden State, a team without Draymond Green, without Klay Thompson, without Steph Curry. They go on a nosedive, we'll know that this is something more, but I expect them to bounce back. In Miami, the culture there, I expect them to be better from this.
I met Jimmy Butler. He had a good clean. Yeah. Seemed like he's going to bounce back. Yeah. But Jorge Colby and Adonis and Jimmy.
Yeah.
What's in the water in Miami? What's everybody miserable for? I don't know. Thank you for all the information, ladies and gentlemen. Shams Sharon.
Yeah, Shabby!
I believe I saw a video of Jorge Masvidal running into jail last night. Mm-hmm. That's wild. You never
Full speed.
Yeah, looked happy.
You never. Well, yeah, because he doesn't look like a huge.
Yeah.
Sure. Which I believe.
Yeah.
By the way, both those guys can beat the fuck out of me, so I'm not going to say a single thing.
Out of all of us at once, probably.
I don't think any of us expected that to happen with 2 fighters.
No.
I mean, it's a good heel move, I guess. It is. To press charges.
Yeah.
In the fight game, whenever you what a wild world.
Yeah.
That video of Jorge, perfect hair, just skipping in. I thought it was fake. And then I had to read into it as guess it's real. He got out of jail though at 4 o'clock. He said, "Is there any food places open?" We're back for hour 2. AJ Hawk will join us, and Darius Butler. We'll see you then.
With the Rangers, Marty was one of the first guys to welcome me on board, and he was awesome and great friend then and now. And I remember, you remember Marty when I got you confused with another Marty in Edmonton? Yeah, so we're out in Edmonton, and I don't remember if we were going to see a movie or going out to dinner.
We were going to see a movie, yep.
We were going to see a movie in Edmonton, so we're at the hotel there, and we're supposed to meet downstairs, right? And like say Marty, we're standing there, I'm like, we'd go up and change, and they're gonna come downstairs. We'll meet you in I'll meet you in 20 minutes, and we'll go to this movie. And so I go upstairs, change. I come down. I'm like, dude, I need a coffee. I got to wake up. So there's a Tim Hortons right down the street. So I start walking to Tim Hortons. And I'm like, I don't want Marty to come down here. It's like I'm like, I don't want Marty to come down here waiting for me. So I just pick up my phone and I type in, how when you search in your phone, like I just put Marty B. And so Marty B comes up and I dial it. And the phone rings and it rings like 3-4 times and it answers. And someone, Marty's clearly sleeping, like he's sleeping, and I hear, hello. I'm like, Marty, what's up, dude? Hey, I'm walking to Tim Hortons. I'll meet you back in the lobby, and we'll go to the movie. I need to get a coffee. It's just silent for a second, and he's like, Rupper? I'm like, yeah. He goes, all right, this is Marty. I go, yeah, I fucking know it's Marty. And he goes, no, do you think you're calling Marty Baron? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, I'm like, Marty, fuck off. Like, I'll be back in a few minutes. And he goes, this is Marty Verdor. And I'm like,
no, you woke up, bro.
I woke him up from his pregame nap for the Devils. And I was like, oh. And it was just like this weird moment. I'm sitting there and he's like, it's Marty Verdor. I'm like, fuck off. And then it dawned on me, like, no offense, Marty, but you got kind of a very distinguishable voice. Yeah. And I'm like, actually, this guy doesn't sound French at all. And I'm like, sitting there, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, so hope you're well, bud. You good? And he's like, yeah, I'm just sleeping. I'm like, all right, man, take care. And I talk, I'm like, what the fuck was that? So it was always funny. I had to change in my phone. I had 2 Marty B's and I chose the wrong one there. But hey.
Any stories, right, to tell everybody that you have Marty Brodeur on speed dial, like that is excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Coach Mike Tomlin.
Oh, man, Pat, it's an honor to be on with you, man. Thanks for having me.
You're a legend. Thank you for putting me through my workout and having the scouts actually come watch me kick at West Virginia. I don't think I've ever fully thanked you for that moment, Coach.
No, man. I've drank the McAfee Kool-Aid for a long time.
Let's get right into it. The locker room culture changed completely when I was in the league, from when I was a rookie to when I was done, and I retired after the 2016 season. Now it's even more different, I would assume, from when you came into Pittsburgh and everything like that. The dancing on the logo, the TikTok, everything like that you guys have had to experience. What is your messaging in there? How do you adapt and let players be themselves without, doing too much? Because that is a fine balance that you've been able to do, I think, in an incredible job with throughout your entire time in Pittsburgh.
I think for me, more than anything, I try to stay connected. Just getting a sense of where these guys are coming from, what's in vogue for their generation, what captures their attention, how do they learn, how do they communicate, how do they interact with each other formally and informally. And I think being a parent kind of helps me. My boys are 19 and 20, so it's not much difference between them and some of the younger guys that I deal with here. And so for me, it's just about gaining an understanding, working to stay connected. That's my general attitude, man. It's adapt or die for me. And I don't want to be one of them old crusty guys, man, that just refuses to adapt. Although I am one of those old crusty guys now.
Yeah, you are old as shit now. You know what I mean? I mean, you've been around a long time. I remember back in the day, whenever you showed up, there was a lot more, to the camera. There's a lot more.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. Now you're just old ass man now, huh?
You know how it is. Years in this business will scar you, man. It'll settle you down.
That is classic. One of my favorite moments with you is when you would tell me every warm-up, I'm going to get you back to Pittsburgh when you're old and cheap. What does that mean? What did that mean? And should that have been taken as a smack in the mouth, like whenever you said that to me?
No, man, it was a tip of the cap, man. There's certain guys around this league that I'm really interested in, but I know I cannot afford. And you were one of them, so I was going to wait for you to physically deteriorate a little bit until you came back into my wheelhouse.
Yinzers are going to go bananas in Heinz Field this weekend. First time it could be filled up in a long time. I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to... Oh, mama, I'm in here for my life. Is that your alarm clock? Yeah, just say yes, by the way. Yeah.
It's my ringtone. It's my alarm clock.
We appreciate you, Coach T. Last question before we let you go. Why'd you let Troy Polamalu do what he fucking did to me? Why'd you let... I know you've heard of this. Why? Well, that's a short side of the field. That's bad football. You guys coaching unsound football over there in Pittsburgh? How did that happen?
We know you and love you as a man. But on Sundays in the fall, man, you're the nameless gray faces that we...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, never had a losing season, absolute legend, two-time Super Bowl champion, Mike Tomlin.
Thank you, Coach.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. Hour 2 on this. Wow. It's Thursday. March 24th, 2022 shall begin now. Thank you for joining us here at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. Sweet 16 is tonight. We'll visit T4 once again in this hour and probably the next hour.
Oh, yeah.
Darius Butler will be joining us in about 17 minutes. The Toxic Table is here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Tone Diggs is here as well. He gave us a great breakdown of what to look forward to tonight, didn't he?
Incredible.
And he's one half of the Hammer. Dahn Cowboys alongside at Bubba Gumpino, who's a diehard Dolphins fan. And congrats to the Dolphins.
Did you hear why he's wearing those sunglasses?
How come?
Future's so bright.
Those aren't really that All right. Hey, listen, but those aren't like...
That's what I thought.
Those sunglasses are like not that bright of sun.
Yeah. They're indoor sunglasses.
Those aren't UV. Those aren't
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Those aren't the those aren't
No,
polarized.
these are LA glasses, dude. They're very bright.
Don't try and use logic and reason with a Dolphins fan. It will only get you in.
All right, Nick, you're signing up for something I am not signing up for. I will say.
Nick just got put on cuck, man.
Yeah, well.
I was up there with you. You remember they put Ty and myself up there as little pieces on the way up the top.
Oh, you guys were little
stepping
pieces of
stones.
stone up there?
Oh, yeah.
We tried to get you back. And
It was almost a Mount Rushmore up there, huh?
Just about.
I think it actually was. If I remember
That's
correctly.
awesome. Well, Gumpy, you look amazing, as do the Dolphins in the middle of March. We shall see how it'll play out this upcoming season. Mike McDaniel has a lot of weapons. Wes Welker's wide receiver room is stacked. I'm excited to see what that team does. I'm excited to watch them, Gump. I'm excited for you too, pal. Maybe the future is bright.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I am excited too. That's the best part about this.
Joining us now is not just a man whose future is bright, but his past is even brighter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
His best days are long gone, but man, I'll tell you what,
Way
those
behind.
days were so awesome. This dude twice had 41 tackles in a high school football.
My God.
He also averaged 40 yards a punt his senior year in those having 41 tackles in games. College football national champion at the Ohio State. He Super Bowl champion.
Wow.
He's a Ryder Cup champion.
My God.
COVID survivor. And he once watched The Office live in person, which nobody gets to do. And it was a Will Ferrell episode of The Office. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. What's going on, pal?
What's up? But I think all of our best days are in front of us, Pat, don't you?
I don't know. I didn't get to see The Office in person live, studio audience.
Yeah.
Like, there's only like 10 people that have done that. Kirk Cousins got the opportunity to become the 11th. He said no because he had other shit going on. You're one of the only people that ever did it. So I don't know how much better life's going to get after that. But you're right. The future is bright for everybody because it has to be.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Does it?
Well, yeah, it has to. That's what I always say. Like, hey, it's going to work out. Why? Because it has to. Like, it has to work out. And if it doesn't, we're dead. So it's going to fucking work out. What happens if blah, blah, blah? It'll work itself out. What do you mean? Well, it might suck, but we'll get past it with our
Figure it out.
Yeah, we'll keep
like
it
I tell my
moving.
kids, hey, figure it out. Like there's not an instruction manual for everything. Just figure it out.
Everything's going to work out because it has to. That's literally I think that should be viewed a little bit more in life. Like, it'll all work out because it has to. But let's talk about something that might not work out, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's a great pivot, good transition. That's what this show does. That's why we have, a new piece of
what is that?
piece of hardware.
What is that?
Is that the Radio Heisman?
No, Radio Heisman gun. Kind of got moved out. This one here, though, is, a gift from the boys to me, but it was earned by the boys and me and you. We have over 1 billion views on YouTube.
Wow!
Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to all you
It's got to
guys.
be a big deal, right?
I don't know. I actually asked Bailey. I'm like, is it hundreds of people?
Do they send you anything?
I don't know. They send like the million subscriber thing and the 100,000 subscriber thing, and I don't know. But I asked Bailey, I was like, is it like hundreds of people have 1 billion views? Thousands of people have 1 billion? Millions of people have 1 billion views? How proud should we be? Like this, it sounds awesome. It's amazing. We should probably be pimping that a little. Billion views, baby, on YouTube. But I have no idea how normal it is. Bill?
So we did a little bit of research. We couldn't find an exact number, but we found the top. I think it was the top 300 channels had 5 billion or above. So we're not that far off. But a lot of them were like Sony, Disney, like massive corporations.
Okay.
Not a lot of 12-person crews.
Yeah, it's stooges.
Yeah.
So we're
pumped.
One. Yeah, we're
Okay.
the only ones.
Here we go.
We did it.
Yeah. Here we go, boys.
Hey, good for us. You too, AJ. You don't want to clap for the boys there?
Fucking son of a bitch.
We just found out we did something
Thought
that
we
not a lot
talked
of people
about
have
this.
done, and you just have zero excitement. Can't even move your hands because you're starting fires in your fucking thing. I mean, AJ, congrats to you too.
Hey, congrats, AJ.
Hey, I'm glad to be a part of something that has 1 billion views. I can't clap because if I speak anything to this mic, it mutes you guys. It changes everything. So I just have to kind of just enjoy.
Okay.
Taking the moment, mental photos.
Like I did at the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
nice.
But I was clapping a lot. I was
True.
doing a lot of this.
You and Steve were high-fiving and chest bumping and stuff, I heard.
Well, until Steve was passed out. Fucking poor Steve. I honestly wonder.
Did you roofie him?
Huh?
Did you roofie Steve?
I did not. I did not.
Try to get him to sit down so you could have a good time?
No, listen, Steve was ruining the people behind him. I was okay. I mean, the box, if I would have roofied that box, it would have been great. That thing falls off or goes onto a roof, actually would have been great. But I'm not in the roofie game. Steve drank 2 Jamesons and 2 beers. I think they thought he was splitting with me. And I said, nah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got WrestleMania, pal. It can't be. I'm high, dude. Get the fuck.
Him sitting made your experience almost worse.
Worse because he was. By the way, because whenever he fell asleep, his entire body, like whenever you're dead weight, he just kind of. So he was all 6'2", 340 in that chair. So me having to do this number here the entire time. So actually, I wish he was awake. Personally, I don't know. And I listening to him sing along probably would have been amazing.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, let's get to something that is pretty big news coming out of the NFL. So allegedly, Fox I-Team 8 in Texas is Fox 8 I-Team. Hey, investigation team.
I-Team 8 would have been sweet.
Yeah, I-Team 8 would have been sweet.
Change it.
Fox 8 News, their I-Team has learned that a second grand jury in another Texas county has convened to hear evidence against quarterback Deshaun Watson. This comes after one accuser of the massive amount of women, 22 women, is filing charges in another county, I guess, against him. They're going to hear the grand jury. Allegedly, the Browns had known that this could be happening. Allegedly, Deshaun Watson knew this was coming, but he got out of indictment in the first grand jury, and we thought, because the ham sandwich comment from a lawyer about what a grand jury would indict a ham sandwich, because who knows what that ham sandwich is. We got to dig in a little bit deeper. So we thought he was going to get indicted in the first grand jury just because of the multitude of people doing this. He he doesn't. The NFL says, oh, that he's no criminal charges. Here we go. And then more laws started trickling out that we learned about. I guess if there was ever any new evidence presented, it could go back to a grand jury. Another county can do a grand jury. So I thought this was over. I thought it was like, oh, double jeopardy. Like, yeah, you can't do it because I know fucking nothing about law other than what I've seen on Dateline or any documentaries. I wonder if this is going to continue. And if the Browns do this, I mean, we're right back into, he could be facing jail time here, right? With $230 million guaranteed. That's interesting. Yeah, well,
I assume I'm curious as what his contract looks like. I would imagine the Browns protect themselves. It says something like if you're indicted on something, then does it void the deal and they don't owe him the guarantees? I'm sure there has to be language to protect themselves. Right?
Yeah, in every contract there's some sort of force majeure or key man. Like
this one's just one. Isn't this what I read right before the show? Like, it's one accuser of the 22 that for whatever reason they're going to bring a grand jury and hear her testimony. Is that what it is?
Yeah, because I think she filed in that county.
Oh, okay.
So then that law was broken in that
So a
county.
different grand jury is going to listen to her story and say, hey, is this enough to bring charges against him?
Yeah. And then could this happen in every single, because this was across the entire country, right? Wasn't this happening all over the country?
Yeah. So can every single county that he was in?
I don't know laws enough. I wish I knew more laws. Tone Diggs has a cowboy hat on. That does not mean he's
Doesn't
a
it matter
sheriff.
where they came from, too? Like if they cross state lines, all that weird stuff?
Yeah, because you're thinking about Chris Hansen right now.
I think, yeah, right?
Yeah, to catch a predator, yeah.
If you drive like 6 states and you bring pizza and a 6-pack of Zima, then you're going to get a lot more charges against you if you're trying to hook up with a 9-year-old.
Have a seat. Come on, have a seat. I'd rather not. Well, you're not going to want to go outside either. So, neither thing's scary. What happened? One guy killed himself, right before court, and then that shut down the entire thing.
Pretty much.
That took over so much. I think a lot of us learned a lot about life while watching that show. Like, are you kidding me?
Hopefully that scared a lot of pedophiles away.
See, the pedophiles, I don't know.
They had to know it's out. They had to know who Chris Hansen was. I knew eventually they started to walk. A couple guys would walk in.
No! It seemed like this was you. Fuck. All right, I'm going to run outside, get tackled. Going back to jail, probably.
Yeah.
Interesting situation. Go ahead, Tone Diggs.
So there were 9 criminal complaints in Harris County, which returned no charges from the grand jury. That was last week or whatever.
Yeah.
There's 1 single complaint in Brazoria County, which decision on any potential charge or no charge likely by Friday.
We'll know by Friday?
So the grand jury's going to hear her testimony like today? Tomorrow?
So that's happening right now? Or it's happening tomorrow, probably, just like the one last Friday.
Yeah,
it happened
probably.
on Friday. We found out on Friday, right?
It said a grand jury convened. It did it say they're thinking about it, or a grand jury is actually
No,
put
the grand
together?
jury hasn't been put together yet. The grand jury is a group of citizens, right? A group of citizens, I believe, is what an actual definition of grand jury is. I believe the powers that be convened and decided that it could go to a grand jury to whether or not indictment happens. I think. I'm not 100% sure.
So the Fox 8i team, investigative team, has learned a second grand jury in another Texas county has convened to hear evidence against Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. The grand jury met Wednesday to hear evidence in the case. The district attorney
So this already happened.
in the county declined to confirm the information. He did say more information will be released later today. The attorney for Watson tells the I-Team the complaint was filed by one of the women involved in the civil lawsuit cases. It's not a new complaint. So, yeah.
Then he goes on to say the Browns knew about it, right?
That was a different tweet, but yeah.
Yeah, the Browns knew about it. We knew about it. That's happening, like, probably currently.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, definition of a grand
That would throw a
jury.
wrench in the whole thing, right? If they bring criminal charges against them, then what happens?
A grand jury is a jury, a group of citizens empowered by law to conduct legal proceedings, investigate potential criminal conduct, and determine whether criminal charges should be brought. A grand jury may subpoena physical evidence or a person to testify. Yeah, this is a big deal, right? This is the ham sandwich situation
Again.
Yes, he was fined for the first one when there was 8 accusers, right? When they testified or gave their testimony. 9. And now this will just be 1. So
then there's 12 left.
Yeah, and she wasn't part of the first 9?
No, I don't think she could be, right?
Because it was a different county, yeah.
So those 9 were in that county.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
To the best of
By
our
the way,
knowledge.
into the grand jury, they said, we don't think so.
Yeah.
And then this one is in Brazoria County, I believe is what you said. Brazoria.
Let me pull it up again.
So
Make
there's
sure.
one
But all
more
in
of
Texas?
Yes, they're all in Texas. This is Brazoria County.
You said there's another one
No,
happening?
there has to be. There's 11 more ladies,
12
right?
would be more, right? Because I think it's 22. But would they happen across the country? Man, we don't know enough about
those.
law.
Yeah, I mean, those cases could have been together. They could have been a combined. I don't fucking know.
But they can definitely.
Ton read an article.
Nice.
He's becoming the authority, and then he's quickly realizing he did not pass the exam.
No, I did
If
not.
that's the case, though, then there's definitely more grand juries that'll be.
Potentially, unless they don't want to, right? Unless the accusers don't want to.
Unless they drop the charges criminally and just go on with the civil suit.
Correct.
But then the criminal thing can come back again if there's new evidence shown in the civil court, right? Because I've seen that in Dateline before, where it was a civil lawsuit for wrongful death, and then like the prosecuting attorney was sitting in the court listening to the things, and then whenever something popped up that was evidence that they liked, then criminal charges came on the other side of it. Well, that just happened in Dateline. It might be state by state. I'm not sure. Deshaun Watson's situation still continues to cook. Zito just said into my ear, we should get David Rudolph on from Netflix Staircase.
Oh,
why not?
Good call.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
I don't know if he still follows me on the Twitter. I will DM him. I wonder what he's been up to.
Who knows? They're making that into a movie, so
He's probably a part of that somehow.
Oh, definitely.
He needs to
Some
be.
high-profile lawyers on here. Jose Baez. Let's get him on.
Baseball?
All right.
No, he did. He was with what? Casey Anthony?
Anthony,
yeah.
Anthony, and then he was also Hernandez.
Yeah.
Got him off.
He got Hernandez off on one of them.
One of them, then, the thought was he's potentially going to get off on the other one. He's going to be back in football in like a year and a half probably, and then
that
it
did
ended.
not happen. Yeah.
And then we were blessed with 3 years later.
The documentary.
Yes. Ed Sansusi.
Come down and get breakfast. There's another guy cooking your bacon.
In his underwear.
Not going to like that much. That guy. You got to hope whenever you make documentaries, you get somebody that wants to go. Like Steve and that guy, probably pretty similar.
Yeah.
Steve from the Eagles concert would have, he could sit down in documentary. Let me lay it all out for you. Some people in those docs,
Like that McDonald's one. Remember that McDonald's one with
Yes.
the McDonald's pieces? The one FBI agent or undercover guy, he was a superstar.
What was that? The Monopoly game, obviously.
Yeah.
What was it called, though?
McMillions.
McMillions. Yeah, that was a good doc. That was a great doc. What a racket they had cooking.
I mean, genius.
I agree. You get that type of opportunity, you got to take advantage of it, and then you know you're going to jail, though.
Well, we know the families that were involved in that now, too.
Who?
They were Italian.
Nah.
Shut up, potato breath.
That's right. Hey, that's you too, pal.
Yeah.
Got him.
You were talking about this guy eats more potatoes than anybody.
Yeah.
He took a 23andMe, and they were like, "Oh, shout out to the actual potatoes flowing through your fucking veins."
Yeah,
dude.
I love potatoes.
Also,
I don't
this
even
guy
take that as an
yesterday
insult.
was accused in Italian refs of being bad refs when Donaghy is about as Irish as it gets.
Look, I wasn't accusing anything. I just heard he had a sanitation business, Tony, and you know what goes along with sanitation.
Good business.
Yeah, well, cleaning up the streets. That's what
Yeah.
Senator's
Yeah.
all about.
Cleaning up,
honestly.
That's right.
You know.
Tim Donaghy, I do believe he did have a Teamsters jacket, which should have been alarming when he walked into those arenas.
Hey, I'm not.
As soon as he walked into
discrediting-
those arenas, you should have been. What are all those clovers he got on that thing? Does that say Teamsters right across the back?
No.
Should probably not have him.
How come you got that black eye and broken hand today, huh, Tim?
Wow, I was playing hoops, and it's going to make me blow the whistle a lot more tonight than I did last night. All right, let's bounce around a little bit. Allegedly, the Packers and Chiefs have reached out to DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett of the Seattle Seahawks to see if there's any interest. I'm sorry, they reach out to the team to see if there's any interest for the players. This comes via Jack Settlement.
Hell yeah.
DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett potentially on the move because Russell Wilson was on the move or because Drew Lock can't hit him with the football? What are you thinking here? They're doing a full rebuild. Who's going to be their quarterback? What the hell's going on in Seattle, AJ Hawk?
Well, I would imagine DK and Lockett both are probably wondering who's going to be the quarterback, who's going to throw me the ball. So I don't know if they want to get out of there or not. Are people trying to claim these guys are a package deal, or is it
No.
you get one or the other?
No, individual lookout, I think.
What kind of compensation do you have to give up for a guy like DK who's going to sign a big deal too here soon?
Well, Tyreek Hill won for a 1, a 2, a 4. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a 4 and a 6.
Yes.
That was what Tyreek Hill won for. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 4, and a 6. That's Tyreek Hill. Now, DK Metcalf will hear whatever we say right now, and him being compared probably if we say anything negative, which is 100% okay and good. I don't know if he goes for anywhere near what Tyreek Hill goes for. No offense to DK Metcalf. I would assume it would have to be a couple high draft picks. I would
he's
assume.
only like, what, 25? He's a young dude still.
And he does stuff that nobody else can do. So, I think the fact that he still hasn't had, the Super Bowl and the primetime moments that maybe Tyreek has had, and the way Tyreek was used as opposed to how DK was used, even though Russell Wilson was incredible at deep balls, I think his value will be high, but it won't be as high or nearly as high as the Tyreek Hill or even the Devontae Adams stuff. Correct. I would wonder what teams would be interested, because if the Packers are able to get DK Metcalf, that's a game changer, right? Especially with MVS.
You have to think down the road, though. You have to think of, are we going to be able to give this guy the next contract that he deserves?
Yeah, you got to extend him right away, probably.
Because he's up next year, right?
Yeah, after this year. This is last season.
It's just like what somebody came out and spoke for the Chiefs and said once Drew Rosenhaus told, I forget who, Drew Rosenhaus, who's Tyreek Hill's agent, came out and said once the Adams deal happened, it kind of set everything sideways because the numbers changed. The Chiefs didn't think they were going to be able to do that. So instead of, not being able to get him another deal next year and just not getting anything in return, they decided to trade him now and get all those picks back, which I guess is a good deal. But Keenan Allen said some people are going to get exposed from this. Joining us now is a man who watches all of the film. Big old brain, played every single position in the secondary in the NFL for 9 years. Host of the Man to Man podcast and everything DB. Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Butler.
Fellas, congrats on 1 billion views.
Thank you.
That's dope.
What's that, a Dolphins hat?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, I mean, that hat just comes and goes.
Yes, it does.
That hat comes and goes.
Shout out,
Hold on. You got to take your AirPods out, I think.
Better?
Yeah. There we go.
These fucking Apple. Hey.
Unbelievable.
Hey, listen, Tim Cook. Figure it out. You hear me, Tim? My phone ain't working.
Together.
Much better. Oh, my God. You sound so much better. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. What's up with the Dolphins hat, dude? Tyreek Hill, is that?
I mean, I wear this a lot. It comes and goes. I got a rotation. Heat, Dolphins, Marlins, depends on the day.
Hey, how about
Chargers, Colts?
What?
Just so happened that the Dolphins hat might come a little bit more prevalent these days with them going all the fuck in. How do you feel? Tyreek Hill is one of one, right? In the NFL, always has been, always will be. What do you think the Miami Dolphins get with him? And what do you think this does to the Kansas City Chiefs? Because Keenan Allen allegedly commented on some Instagram and said, hey, this is going to expose some people. Do you agree with that or no?
I wouldn't say exposed. I think Mahomes is special. We've only seen him with Hill, though. Obviously, Hill missed a couple games, but Mahomes is a special talent. Andy Reid is an awesome coach. Travis Kelce is still probably a top 10 wide receiver, even though he plays the tight end position. So they'll build in the draft. They'll be all right. But, I mean, like you said, Tyreek is one of one. He's one of those cats that is just different. Everybody points at the speed first and foremost, which is obviously different, but his combination of quickness and speed, he's strong. He goes up at the point of attack. You can hand the ball off to him. And it's tough as a receiver to get open for, an 18-yard comeback. Like, DBs would pray to God that Tyreek Hill runs an 18-yard comeback. Like, that's a good play for us. So, he's different, man. So, obviously, the Dolphins are getting a lot with him. You got Waddle, who can do a lot. Gesicki. Got speed in the backfield, and so now it's all on tour. And the guy you had on your show, Mike McDaniels, we'll see if he can figure it out. If he's really the mastermind everybody's saying he is. And I know B Flow is pissed right now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You motherfuckers offering me money to lose games. Y'all giving them all these weapons, but it's dope to see. Obviously, as a Dolphins fan, I'm excited, and everybody's down. It's buzzing down here in the Yayo right now.
D-Bud, how do you think Tua's skill set kind of sets up to get these guys the ball? Do you think it works?
It's got to. It's got to. You took a guy there 5 overall. I mean, people say he can't throw the ball down the field. He can throw the ball down the field. You just got to be able to block him up for him to get down there. Obviously, he's no Mahomes. And the offense last year was one of the most basic elementary offense I ever seen in the NFL. So that obviously has to evolve. You went out and invested in an offensive line. You got guys you can dump it down to. You got so all the weapons are there. You got Cedric Wilson, who did some good things with Dallas last year as well. So he's got weapons around. I think Tua can get it done and take that big step this year.
Okay, we just got Matt Ryan here in Indianapolis, and obviously he's 37 years old. You and I both watched Carson Wentz play quarterback last year for an entire season. Not sure either of us could probably do it for a couple more seasons. We have no idea how his family was able to do it. The highs were very high, the lows were very low, and they would come very close to each other, unlike everybody else. It feels like a lot of people are like rhythm or streaky. He could have the best play of all time, and then literally the next play, it's like, whoa, what are we even doing?
Erratic, yeah.
What is Matt Ryan going to bring to the Indianapolis Colts? Has he still got it? Does Matt Ryan still have what it needs to win for the Indianapolis Colts? And what do you think the Colts need to do at wide receiver to get this thing maybe humming a little bit better?
A lot. I
think so too. Yeah.
I mean, a blockbuster trade, like, one of these big time guys, like a DK, Tyler Lockett, Stephon Diggs. He just tweeted an hour ago, said it's always business, nothing personal. But we need some guys like that. Even Julio, Jarvis Landry, just guys who are, because it's one thing as a receiver to be, big, strong, fast, all those things, but you got to be able to win and beat coverages, win matchups, be in certain spots, especially with a quarterback like Matt Ryan, because he's the complete opposite of Wentz. He's going to be a statue in the pocket. You obviously got to address that left tackle position as well, but he's going to be a statue. He knows where to go with the ball. He's seen everything in this league, but you need some real dogs at wide receivers. A 37-year-old quarterback, you don't want to be developing. I like Michael Pittman, but you don't want to be trying to develop Michael Pittman into being that number one guy. And then, who's the best pass catchers behind him. So we need to get at least, I would say, two like top-notch pass catchers to make this trade actually work. And he's 37, so obviously he's a stopgap. It's going to be a short-term answer. And we'll be right back in the quarterback market, next year or the year after that. So that's not good. But, at least this year we got somebody we can go out there and battle with.
Certainly annoying. I think it was the last 7 years, 6 different quarterbacks starting for the Indianapolis Colts, which is a team that has 4 guys in the NFL top 100, I forget, 7 Pro Bowlers, probably even more. Yeah. I mean, an absolutely loaded squad that just can't find a franchise quarterback, and hopefully Matt Ryan's able to do this. AJ and I were talking a couple days ago. Julio Jones, I think you mentioned him there when you said big-time guys that can do things. Is he dead? Why did that not work in Tennessee? Have you watched a film on that? Honestly, because I think AJ and I both were like, would like to hear what Darius has to say about Julio. Why did that not work in Tennessee?
I mean, he's clear. He's at a different point in his career. He's not going to be the Julio that we all know, and he was dealt with a lot of injuries too. So he's not going to be. He's going to be a guy that you have to manage. We all play with players that get a couple of days off during the week or one day off during the week, rest day here and there. He's not going to be a guy that's going to go out and get 100 catches and 1,500 yards, but he can definitely be a guy who can go and move the chains for you, can make big plays in big spots. So it's not going to be a lot of suitors lined up for an older receiver, especially with the receivers that are coming in the league and just balling out of the gate. But when you have a quarterback like Matt Ryan, it is imperative that you have guys who not only are athletic but are very skilled on the NFL level. So I think Julio, and obviously he has a rapport with Matt, so I think that'll be the best place for Julio. And one of the better situations for Matt Ryan. I don't think he should be the number one target either, though. I think Julio should come in and be a 2 or 3, and somehow, some way, we got to go out there and find us a 1.
D-Bud, is Baker Mayfield going to be a starting quarterback somewhere this year in the league?
I mean, man, it's rough for Bake right now. Shit got ugly real quick. I mean, number one, I don't think he should have played last year. Playing last year hurt. Because you put that bad film out there, a lot of these people don't care. If you're out there, there's no excuses, no explanations. Do I think he's good enough to start? Yeah, I think he's kind of a middle-of-the-pack quarterback. The disrespect is kind of going a little too far, I think, with Baker. I think it's a handful of places he can start. Seattle. I know it was mutual disinterest with him in Carolina. That could be a place. I know Tone is head over heels with Mitch Trubisky. Thank you. But I would take Baker Mayfield over Mitch Trubisky. So it's a handful of spots. It's a handful of spots. I think Baker could go and be a better quarterback than what they have now. And I don't think that system for him in Cleveland did him many favors. Play action, cutting the field in half, turning his back to a defense a lot. He needs something that's, more wide open where he gets more answers pre-snap, kind of like a Green Bay offense and what they do with Aaron Rodgers. A lot of answers that A-Rod gets pre-snap that makes it easy for him. So Baker, I think he's good enough to start, but the timing right now is just so bad for him.
Well, and also, like, I think that point you made about him not playing last year is a very real one, because they were openly admitting, yeah, the harness he has on his left shoulder because he broke his humerus and tore his ligament is affecting him throwing the ball and his accuracy. Then 2 days later, they had him throw it 55 or 60 times.
Yep.
He threw like 4 picks or whatever, and it's like he started damn near every. So that team from the beginning was supposed to go to the Super Bowl. He started basically every single game. Now, he was very hurt, obviously, but they don't even make the fucking playoffs. They end up terrible.
Yeah.
Like, you said these people don't care. That's 100% real, because there's going to be people like, oh, we've had a quarterback with a broken spine play, and he was able to get the team. That type of conversation starts. And then I want to be traded whenever the Deshaun Watson thing happens, and the Browns are like, shut the fuck up. We don't care. Then they signed Deshaun Watson, and then now Baker's out on the outs with him because it does not look good optically. And you know it just as much as we all know it. If you get labeled a distraction or somebody like that, that is a tough thing to get over. And I'm not saying Baker's been labeled that.
Especially at the quarterback position, yeah.
Yes, I'm not saying he's been labeled that, but it seems like there is at least some little funk around NFL front offices about Baker Mayfield that are like, we're not signing up for that.
He wears his emotions on his sleeve. And when you know how it is, when you're winning, when you're playing well, everything is good. But as soon as shit starts to go south, same thing with Kyler Murray. As soon as you start losing games or losing in the playoffs, now it's a light, shine on all the bad things that come with Baker, Reagan, Mayfield. But he played through a lot of shit. And if you can afford to play through or to sit out while you're hurt, my advice to you would be do it. I had some teammates who would play through anything. The other teammates, like my guy Vontae. Tay, if he hurt, he not feeling at least 90%, nah, I'm shutting it down. And that, when you put that film on, when you turn that film on as an evaluator, you're not doing your research all the time as to what guys are dealing with. Jarvis Landry, he was dealing with a bad injury all year last year, and now his value has kind of dropped a little bit. So if you can afford to sit out until you're close to, being your best self, do it. In that quarterback position, he's lucky. He one of the lucky. He still is guaranteed $18.5 million next year regardless. So I think he lands on his feet. And his quarterback, thirsty as this league is, I think he'll get another shot starting somewhere.
Hey, this is a young man game, dog. This is a young man game, dog. Hey, it ain't for me, man.
Hey, shout out Tay, man. He living.
Dude, he is living the greatest life of all time right now. I saw him on the safari, and then I saw him in Bora Bora, 7 days away from each other. I'm like, this dude is living. Hey, congrats, Tay. There's going to be a lot of guys, though, that will play through absolutely anything. I understand business-wise, it's hard to think about that at some point. But a lot of guys, and I would assume that a lot of dudes that watch this show are like, yeah, but if I play, I can tough it out. I think I'm better and I'm still good. That might build my stock. But there's definitely some cases, like Baker's, for instance, where everybody's judging him off of last year. And it was like everybody was openly admitting that this guy was fucking hurt, badly hurt. But he still played, so that's all. Who cares? He's still playing. If he wasn't able to play, then it would judge it a little differently. But then you also get judged by the fans then for not being tough. What a game. What a game being played there. It's insane. We're talking to Darius Butler, 9-year NFL vet. Go ahead, Ty Schmidt.
D-Bud, do you think the Packers are kind of in the same boat as the Colts where they need to go out and trade for a guy like DK or Tyler Lockett, or will they be able to kind of get by with maybe drafting 2 receivers in the first round or whatever? Is it different because it's Rodgers as opposed to Matt Ryan, or what do you think the Packers need to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to compare. A-Rod's kind of an outlier. You've seen a lot of guys, be, and not to say that these wouldn't have been good receivers, but you've seen, Jordy Nelson, Driver, Jennings. You've seen so many guys, Cobb, he had some years that he was a real dog. And then you see Devontae Adams, who I think was the best of them. So I think if you get him a veteran in there, that'll be the best situation for him. But even drafting a young guy, if he's skilled, he's the type of quarterback that can create, that can extend plays, and that can make things work. So A-Rod, that situation is a little different. And he's in the NFC, which is, going to be a lot less. It's going to be competitive, obviously, it's the NFL, but less competitive than the AFC. So it's a little different there. But I think the Packers will be all right. It may end up working out better for him that he's going to have to spread that ball around more because, when they lost in that game to 49ers, we had Jimmy Ward on our show, and he told us, like, a big part of that was we knew where he wanted to go with the ball, and our disguises pre-snap and post-snap were kind of messing that up. Our pass rushers were getting after him, and we found a way to win. So I think they need to get a veteran in there for A-Rod as well.
Did you hear that, what he just said there?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was on the Man to Man podcast? He broke that whole thing down?
Yeah, he went into depth on what it was preparing for that game and what the game plan was and how they executed from A to Z. So and you saw it on film. Other guys were open, but when you throw it to a guy like 17, like Adams, I mean, it's hard not to look at that guy first, especially if you're getting pre-snap looks that's showing you got one-on-one. Because those guys, Adams, Hill, anybody making $20 million a year at receiver, those guys change the math. You can't leave one guy on DeAndre Hopkins. You can't leave one guy on Hill. You can't leave one guy on Adams. So it's a reason those guys get paid that much.
And there's a reason why the team drops off whenever they lose them. Like, think about Arizona whenever DeAndre Hopkins got hurt. That whole thing, I mean, that whole thing went sideways immediately at that point. That's why the Tyreek Hill signing is so fucking awesome. I thought he was coming to the Colts. I thought he was coming to the Colts.
No
Would have
way.
been awesome. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, D-Butts, with everything that went on in the AFC West this year, do you see the Chiefs winning that division still without Tyreek Hill, or do you think there'll be kind of a drop-off and maybe the Russell Wilson Broncos Let's Ride team will kind of step up?
Let's ride.
Man, it was already question marks even with Hill there. My pick, how high I am. I've been on the Chargers. So that's my pick. I feel like Telesco is doing everything in his power to give him the best foot forward in that division. You got obviously a quarterback on his rookie contract still. He's going into his second year with the same offensive coordinator for the first time. So you go and get Khalil Mack, who's not only one of the best pass rushers in the game, but one of the best edge defenders when it comes to stopping the run. Sebastian Day Joseph, J.C. Jackson, one of the top corners who we took from the Patriots, and you didn't even reset the cornerback market and get him. So Telesco's doing everything. They got decent draft capital too. So I'm going with the Chargers in that division. It'll be super competitive. Obviously, Adams coming over to Vegas. They went and got Chandler, Jones as well. Go Hawks, now go Broncos over there. Or what was that sound you made that you said Rush should start using?
But he's only saying let's ride, though.
Oh, so now it's let's ride?
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. But we wish the nay.
Yeah.
Much better. But I got the Chargers in that division, man. And I know Keenan Allen said some people are going to be exposed. So it's going to be interesting. They lost Hill. They lost their top corner in Ward. Losing the Honey Badger, which is, been one of their leaders on defense as well. So it's going to be a lot of new faces in important positions out there in Kansas City.
I didn't see Herbert throwing with every wide receiver and tight end, though, like I saw Russell.
Yeah, that's
a good
point.
Did he also review all 400 games that he's ever played?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Herbert needs to figure it the fuck out.
Up,
we need that backyard field that is 60 yards with like a brick wall behind it.
Yeah.
Where Russ is just throwing deep balls, by the way. And isn't it fascinating? Like, everybody talks about how good Russell Wilson is at throwing deep balls. He literally had a field created for him to practice throwing deep balls to people, which that is like the classic, like if you work on something, you're probably going to get better at it. Like, like that's just I love this. I love this type of shit. I like that everybody was like, sure, where are we going? Is this in Seattle or LA?
I saw palm trees.
Yeah, but there's palm trees.
You need to do it at elevation.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Unless it's at elevation, it doesn't make sense. So
Because that's going to change the trajectory.
5 to 7 yards on a kick. I don't know what it is on a throw.
Damn, that would. That is going to make it's going to add a little oomph to that deep ball.
Well, I think he's just going to put it higher in the sky.
That's right. Smart.
I think it's going to come down from higher in the sky. It's going to be catching a punt every single time. Cortland Sutton better be fucking ready for that. Go ahead, Tom.
D-Bot, you just brought him up. What's going on with the Badger? Is he still good? What happened in KC? Who does he fit best, and where do you think he's going to go?
I think he's still good. I guess once you get close to that 30 mark at the DB position, they look at you like you're damn, old and decrepit. Hopefully, he ends up in India. I heard there's been some talks there.
Oh, excuse me.
I mean, I would love it. He's a guy that's versatile, and versatility is very, very valuable, especially in this type of league. He communicate. I think he's still a top-notch safety, but I think a lot of evaluators and people that draft kind of putting the safety close to like running backs. Like they feel like they can draft them anywhere, they can develop it, they can kind of hide them and do different things with them. But I still think Honey Badger is special at that position, and I'm pretty sure even him, he's probably vetting out the right spot to go to because he just had a lot of success in Kansas City, made a lot of money. I'm sure he's going to make a lot of money wherever he goes next, but I'm sure he wants that to be a good situation for him. So I'm interested to see where him and a guy like Bobby Wagner lands too.
Him and fucking Tyrann Mathieu and Darius Leonard.
That would be pretty sweet. Buckner up front.
Kenny Moe.
Justin Blackman.
Yeah, Blackman, healthy
Tyrann
Blackman.
and Minka next to each other. Oh, TJ. Oh.
All right, go ahead, AJ, please. Jeez.
Debo, do you think Trubisky's going to revamp his career in Pittsburgh? I know you said you would take a healthy Baker, but do you think Trubisky can actually go there and do some great things and maybe be the next Big Ben in Pittsburgh?
Ooh, okay. I mean, he got some good weapons around him. He was drafted, 2 for a reason. He was out there with Nagy, got to the playoffs a couple times. I think he has potential. I'm not high on him personally, but he definitely has potential. He's got good receivers out there in Pittsburgh. You got a good running back in Najee who'll help you out on some dump offs, and he's still mobile. Anytime a guy can run around and make plays with his legs, that's going to help him. So I think Mitch has a chance. I wouldn't say Big Ben now. That's probably a first ballot Hall of Famer. So I wouldn't put him in that category yet. But it's an organization with good stability, so I think he's in a good situation.
You just made Diggs so happy there about Ben. Not a lot of people talking positively about Ben Roethlisberger. And I know when Tom Brady retired, everybody's like, well, there's the Hall of Fame class guy. I think Ben is the Hall of Fame class 5 years from now.
Yeah,
he is the guy. Pittsburgh
Yeah,
Steelers.
I feel like Ben kind of got that Russell Wilson treatment a little bit. People think the defense, run game, and other stuff carried him early in his career. But, Ben was – if they would have kept them Bugatti boys together, AB, Emmanuel Sanders, and Mike Wallace, Ben would have probably broke every passing record there is. But I like Ben, though. He had a phenomenal career.
Hey, even Tomlin couldn't figure that one out. You know what I mean? Tomlin couldn't even get them all on the same page. God damn it. Can you guys just get it? Do you like the fact that he's eating with all these quarterbacks, Tomlin? He was at Ruby's last night in Cincinnati having a great steak. He was eating some wings with Malik Willis 2 nights ago for the Liberty workout. Is that him looking at a quarterback, or is that him just trying to learn about everybody that's getting drafted this year?
Probably a little bit of both. I did see him, smiling at that Malik Willis pro day pretty hard. And Willis, I think he's probably the best prospect in this draft. But Kenny Pickett, I know he's a lot more familiar with him. Those hands have been a big issue around him. But I don't know. I think you pass on this year's draft class if you got Mitch Trubisky in there. I think he's good enough to pass on this class. And if you're going to go quarterback, you go in the next class.
Tomlin's just enjoying a dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, we can charge it on the business account if we have one of these fucking guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Desmond, you want to stop by for some steak, dude? Great to see you, man. Hell of a career. Darius, it's always incredible to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us, brother.
Appreciate you, Pat.
Hey, who's winning the Super Bowl?
Hey, I locked in on the sports book. I got Chargers at plus 1,600.
Good odds
not the Fins.
That's good odds right now. Yeah, I don't like the Dolphins. Yeah, Gumpy's a little bit upset about that right now.
I mean, I went not Super Bowl, not yet.
Not yet.
Division.
Not yet.
It feels like Super Bowl every time you come on. It's always great. Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Bowman. All right, let's get to a break here. I don't know if we have this hour. I don't think so. Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side. AJ, anything you say there that surprised you a little bit?
I mean, saying that he would take a healthy Baker over Trubisky was a bit surprising.
Hey, me too. And that means a lot. Like, Darius says something, I go, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Darius knows the football.
He does.
Very, very, very heady football player.
Watches the tape.
Watches the tape. Loves the tape.
Yeah.
Played against a lot of people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Does this change what they do with Baker and the fact that are they hanging on to wait to see what happens with Deshaun too? I mean,
well,
they don't know what's going on.
might be why they said, we're not fucking trading you, dude. Okay? This guy might end up in jail.
Yeah.
Still. All right?
Jacoby, though.
You may have to go through some serious therapy sessions, though, if for some reason Deshaun's not there and Baker's starting for the Browns this year. They're going to have to work through some things.
Jacoby might be the backup for Baker.
Damn, third string.
That might be why. It might be why the $1 million salary, they're like, there's another grand jury still coming.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Crazy.
I didn't know that he could do this. I didn't know that this could happen again. I thought it was over.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, I have no clue how it's going. I know his lawyers, Rusty Hardin, I remember him from Roger Clemens. He was Roger Clemens' guy when Roger was going through all that stuff. He was a big Texas lawyer guy.
I don't think just Roger Clemens. I think any big thing that has ever happened in Texas, I believe Rusty Hardin has his
He doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though. He showed up at the facility today, right? And he was in that jacket.
Passed his physical.
Press conference tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Rusty Harden's like, don't worry about it. The 9-1, this is 1.
Right.
Just simple math, it's 1/9. Go to Cleveland, dude.
Yeah. Right.
What if he's on doing the press conference while that's getting announced?
But the thing about these grand juries, I believe, is we're not allowed to learn of anything that happens inside of there, right?
Nope.
Like, that's a big part of it, is like you don't get to hear anything. It's like, well, that'd be really nice if we fucking could, though, I think. Yeah. Because a lot of us have to talk about it on a daily basis. Can anybody think about us? And I like to not be an asshole about this whole thing, because as soon as they weren't indicted, right, you had people on the internet going like, grand jury chooses not to indict Deshaun Watson. And everybody's like, Deshaun, good for Deshaun, good for Deshaun. And then the people that are really smart are like, this doesn't mean he's innocent. And it's like, I don't fucking know enough, all right? I actually took a tour of the law school at West Virginia when I went on my visit.
That's right.
Because I didn't know I was going to be going to college for whatever, and you know, I was playing whatever sport in college. So it wasn't like, oh, what are you going to be in the future? Well, I'm going to play sports and I'm going to make money. Then I get West Virginia. What would you like to take the tour of? Would you like to take a tour of this school, law school will be here, whatever? I'm like, yeah, let me go to law school. Let me go take a tour of law school. Law school dean tells me as soon as I get there, you're the first football player that has ever said they would like to come check out the law school on their visit.
Hell yeah.
And then he actually said to me, the amount of reading that you would have to do, like, there's no way you could play football and be in law school, but we'll give you a tour of the place anyways. And me, Tim, and Sal were like, thanks, let's go. So they had like a mock trial room. They had an entire thing going on. It was very nice. And he was like, if you ever want to come back, though, we'd love to have it. It's going to be tough, I think, for you to do both. I was like, all right, valid, dude.
Straight shooter.
All right,
Thanks for letting me know.
I'm going to get out of here. So what I'm saying is, I have been in a law school before, okay? And I tried to read all the laws on the COVID protocols.
That's right.
While it was all happening, and immunized stuff. I have not gotten to the grand jury shit yet.
Sure. Okay.
But I assume whenever he wasn't indicted, whenever we were told that a ham sandwich would get indicted, it was like, oh, this is probably good news for Deshaun. And then everybody said, no, it's not. No, it's not. It doesn't mean it's great news. It doesn't mean that. It's like, well, the NFL thinks this is good news. And then, boom, grand jury comes the next week, and they're still...
Yeah.
I think there's still
10
a lot
more,
of that.
12 more.
Yeah.
That's probably what those people were talking about whenever they were telling us that, right?
Must have been.
More than likely.
I did not know that.
All right, we got to get to a break. In 4 minutes, we'll answer some phone calls, break down some more things happening around the sports world. This is the Pat McAfee Show on this glorious Thursday, March 24th, 2022.
What are you going to do to change and make Tua better? Have you got into that? This is very early in the whole process, and you're shaking hands, kissing babies right now, and you're a 0-win head coach that everybody loves.
0 wins.
0 win, but what are you thinking about that for Tua? How do you make him better?
We're going to start with scoring more points than the opponent.
Wow!
Holy shit.
Oh, no.
You are changing the game.
Changing the game
Yeah.
through math.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I think there's... I was just so fortunate in my career to be around the process of how I look at things with the empowerment of the right teachers, that I look backwards, forwards, okay? What things do I see that are really awesome about his game on tape, even though we're at...
He's accurate as heck.
Boom! That's what I was just about to say.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just, you were leading me. That's how, you should do this, maybe.
Dude,
Think about it in the future. But he's accurate.
Or we should just spend the time finishing each other's
sentences.
Oh, okay.
Hey, have we known each other for...
our whole lives?
Oh, my God.
You tell...
Me?
Wow.
This is weird.
Dude.
Whoa,
Seems like you guys just became.
Dude.
Wow, this is fucking weird, AJ.
Bro.
Hey, this is...
Did we swap skins?
Wow, we learned a lot about yours, by the way. I mean,
Yeah.
You know what my life consisted of yesterday after that game ended?
What's that?
Bunch of fucking clown emojis with mustaches burying me.
Oh, no.
I mean, burying. There's a bunch of them. I mean, it was nonstop, same emoji. Sorry, last one. Maybe, says Penny's thoughts. Just abs fire, Balky. There's another one. I'm here for this douche's meltdowns. A clown. Teal Tomahawk. And then Dahn, back and put respect on Jag's name when you talk about, because they're Colts kryptonite since the top 3 quarterback retired. AKA, man, y'all motherfuckers got the first pick in the draft again. Ain't nobody putting respect on you. You're not putting respect on your teams. Have you got a clown as your fucking emoji?
But this is what I actually kiss our teal asses. Good morning, Pat McAfee Show. Just a reminder, the Colts will not be in the playoffs. Matt Hole!
Come on, Matt.
This team has not been in the playoffs.
Come on.
And he is just and right in sending this to me. This clown is right. Because what happened yesterday, after that game yesterday, and then it's not just.
My God.
By the way, it's not just clowns on the internet around Clown Town, Duval County.
Holy
okay,
shit.
this whole thing has kind of crept into our group text messages.
Absolutely.
So our group text messages this morning, as we're getting ready for the show, lots happening. You know, a lot of coaches were fired.
Yeah.
Flores, he won 8 of the last 9 games. See you later. Nagy, Zimmer, Fangio. I'm talking, there's a lot of big-time news happening around the NFL that maybe we could talk about instead of the Colts thing, but no. Even in the group text, they just sent this over like 20 minutes ago. A perfect QBR, 100.
Okay.
Average QBR, 50.
Makes sense.
So it's not like great. Average will be 70s,
Right.
70s or whatever. In the NFL quarterback QBR, 50 is the average. In a play-in game, okay, which I didn't know it was. I assumed they did.
Yeah, I would guess they did.
Maybe.
And last week, by the way, against the Raiders was as well, I guess.
Right.
I mean, and how's your family? What a fucking win. We will talk about that.
Yeah.
Because Staley's ended up on the side of a stat that isn't that great, but it'll be ignored because the greater stats say something different. Whatever. Stat that. That was actual. They're not like your bullshit.
Well, I still think mine are.
In a playing game against the worst team in football, number 1 pick again.
Yep.
Carson Wentz posted a QBR of 4.4. What are we doing?
Yikes.
Is that a real number?
I don't know where the 4.4 came from, to be honest, after watching.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here, wrapping up hour 2. That's AJ Hawk.
Holy shit.
Where?
This guy.
Oh my God.
Hey, guys.
Hi, AJ. How you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for being a human today, as opposed to yesterday.
Time.
Do you remember that yesterday? Yeah, you do.
I thought we were doing a bit.
Yeah.
That is a bit. It's called Being a Human with AJ Hawk. It's stuff that it doesn't happen often, but you get the chance to pull it out every once in a while. Let's go to the 5 Energy phone line. Go to 5energy.com. Use promo code McAfee to receive 10% off your order of the greatest energy shots on the planet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Extra strength cherry. How you doing? Keep it moving. It is awesome. I absolutely love this.
Delicious.
What's the one you enjoy?
I am a tropical berry guy to the core. I love it every single morning.
You take it in the morning?
Every morning.
See, that's the interesting thing. I don't take it in the morning because the 5-hour thing. It's a big for like right now. I think a lot of people that are watching, or if you're on the left coast, I guess 3 hours earlier, but you talk about 11 o'clock noon.
Oh, yeah. Post lunch.
Boom. Get you home. Get you home.
That 2:30 feeling.
Yeah. Is that in the office? Did you guys feel that?
That's a commercial, right?
It's a real thing too.
Cube Monkey still happening? Is that still a thing?
As far as I know, yes.
It is still happening.
All right, congrats to all of them doing their thing, getting back out in the workforce.
Thank you, Cubes.
I tipped huge the other night at the arena because I had seen that there's been hiring issues there. People don't want to work. So I saw somebody have a terrible job. Like they were just grabbing food. And I'm like, all right, I would like to let you know at least it's worth it.
Yeah.
DoorDash, by the way, give me an opportunity to pay for their gas.
Oh.
Give me an opportunity to like add a gas thing. Because when we tip, we don't
Just
know.
give them a huge tip.
Yeah, but we don't know. You don't know where that's going.
And what if the food's delivered terribly?
You know?
Hopefully it's going right to them, but yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of gas.
And I wish I could put on there like, hey, I will tip you 400% of what I was planning on doing if you choose not to drop off 3 other meals.
Yeah. I always do the message. I will Venmo you $100 right now if you come right now.
So
that's DoorDash or someone else?
That's awesome.
I do it all the time, and they always come. Literally 2 minutes.
And it works?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, because I've been getting fucking full. My wings last night took a full tour of Indiana. And I'm just sitting there watching it. And I'm like, I'm still going to tip this person because they're driving around doing their thing.
Yeah.
But also, you don't deserve it. Like, hey, you've done a terrible job.
Yes.
Absolutely terrible job. And I guess that's kind of, short-sighted versus like kind of zoomed out. Short-sighted is, I'll do 4 different jobs, I'll get paid for it. Zoom out a little bit, it's like, if I do this one better, might get more, but there's probably assholes out there that don't tip anything.
Exactly.
For sure.
All right, let's go to Trevor in Iowa. What's going on, Trevor?
What's up, boys?
What's up?
So, seeing what the Dolphins are doing to kind of dig themselves out of their grave from the last few years, is there any hope that the Lions will ever kind of make the big moves like all these other teams are starting to do?
Hey, just real quick, Trevor, why would anybody say yes to go to Detroit? You got to think Miami is much different
than Detroit, Michigan. No offense to we love the people from Detroit.
Hell yeah.
But I don't think there's a lot of people choosing to move to Detroit. I think it's a lot of people that have lived in Detroit, Trevor, don't you think?
I agree 100%. But with the hype around of this new staff and kind of how the culture's changing, that would be my only clue to maybe bring in bigger guys and not re-signing a bunch of guys from 3-win football teams.
Well, that's interesting, Trevor.
No, and that's why when you draft guys like Sue, Calvin Johnson, and Matthew Stafford, they're the ones that can potentially bring other people in. So you got to make sure that they're taken care of and they don't leave or retire. And
Also, in a bad way, hey, you won't pay your people.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's hard to recruit a people for a multitude of reasons. I don't know what Michigan State income tax is. I assume it's high.
Yeah.
Because of just it is.
It's always easier if you're winning, though. It's always easier if you can win.
I agree.
Pretty much, you can get people there.
I agree. And you can just give over a huge check. That always helps, but you can't do that to a bunch of people.
Nope.
Florida has no state income tax. It's Miami. You're living in Miami. You're not living in, no offense to Detroit, but I believe there's some people that might choose to live in Miami over Detroit. And those people might also be very good athletes.
Sure.
That might be something that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they start winning, Trevor, maybe people will start signing up. Hour 3, nice phone it in Thursday. Maybe a lot of phone calls. Maybe some breaking news.
Okay.
Definitely another edition of T4.
Hell yeah.
Tone's Tasty Tournament
I need to
Talk.
see this. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so we'll have that on the other side. Sweet 16s tonight. We got a boost. Over 575 total points scored.
right.
Plus 120.
Yeah!
We'll see you in 6 minutes. Nailed it there. I don't like our boost tonight, AJ. Honestly, I don't like it. But
How many points?
575.
so whenever the idea was pitched, we'd like to have an over for all the games so we can just cheer for everybody.
Yeah.
I wish one cheer. Oh, good shot. Hey, good shot.
Buckets.
Way to go. Ooh, he's on fire. We wanted to do that for both teams, And we wanted to do that for day one of the tourney, whatever, it didn't happen because there's regulations in some states and still think it would have crushed, but it didn't happen. So then they're like, all right, what do you guys want to do for Sweet 16? Do you guys want to do anything? And we thought about it and we're like, that overs thing's still pretty sweet.
yeah.
Us just cheering for everybody. We'd like to run that back. So then we get the numbers yesterday, and I don't think the projections of then I didn't do the math. This is probably on me, by the way. This is probably on me. I didn't do the math today until I was taking the little keto break over there with the bathroom, and I ran through the math of all the overs. I did all the over/under projection numbers, which are pretty accurate normally. And if all the overs hit, we're still 3 points away. So it's we need all of the overs to hit plus a couple points, and it's plus 120. So I sent a message back don't we think this should have been a little bit larger than plus 120? But I want to let everybody know that's on me. It's the off season. In season, there's a lot of give and take between me and FanDuel. A lot of emails going back. Not going to do that. This one I kind of let slip by, and I don't know how I am. I would like to win it, obviously. I'd like everybody to do good, but I don't know if it's one of our better ones, to be honest.
Is this being played in New Orleans, all the games now?
No.
I think it's split.
Does that go? When does that go? Final Four?
I think that's next weekend.
Is it 2-2 tonight, or is it 1-1-1-1?
I thought it was 2-2.
Oh, that's it too.
Where are they played? I know it definitely affects when
Two
you play
games.
in a huge arena or a huge stadium almost. They normally don't play basketball. The background's different. I know it's tougher to shoot.
Yeah, how about whenever they had them on a submarine or
to start the season.
Oh my God, how hard was that?
That was brutal.
Hey, listen, shout out to the service members. Okay, appreciate the hell out of you. But whenever you're asking somebody to put a ball into a little hoop and then the backdrop is just never-ending sea. That is interesting.
Aircraft carrier.
Yeah, it was an aircraft carrier. That's exactly what it was.
Tonight is San Francisco and San Antonio. Tomorrow is Philly and Chicago.
Yes.
So now they're actually finally in their regions, correct? Because last week they weren't.
Yeah.
So San Francisco and San Antonio, balls are going to be flying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good hoops.
It's a lock. Definitely a lock. Wait, so every game has to go hit the over, and then we're still short.
Well, one game can hit 30 over,
Correct.
So that's what they're going to say back, by the way.
And one game can hit 40 under.
Yeah, exactly. I've not gotten a response from my email post pre-show about how I've seen this whole thing go to FanDuel. But I assume they'll say, yeah, but some teams go 30 over. And, but they could even, I guess if somebody goes 10 under, they're still 20 over, so then we'd still be good. But if you were to parlay all 4 overs, it's like plus 1,200 something. It's like something like that. So I don't know. Like, we're going to be cheering hard tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be cheering hard tonight for everybody. But I do believe this one not,
Is our boy playing tonight?
Tomorrow.
Kiss?
Tomorrow.
So we got something for that, too.
Kiss isn't playing
Jeff
anymore.
Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss is out. Eddard is playing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. The Ohio State girls team plays tomorrow night, too.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go, ladies.
Come on now, girls.
Hey, let's go. OH.
Yeah, IO, not to you, but to, just the team.
No, that was to you.
Counts. That
Yes.
counts. Lock it in.
Cool.
Good luck to them, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good omen for tonight.
We got about 2.5 minutes till hour 3. We'll have an edition of T4. We'll have some phone calls. I assume some news will break because that's how this world has been. It's Thursday, March 24th. You are the best. See you soon.
Hello, my name is Evan Fox, and I am a Lions fan.
Foxy loses.
Biggest joke of a franchise ever, dude. Your team blows.
Lions fucking stink. Oh, shut up, Fox. Lions fucking stink.
The Lions fucking stink, Foxy. Get out of town.
Get out of here with that Lions bullshit, Foxy.
Lions fucking stink, bro.
Foxy, dude. Download FanDuel Sportsbook. The Lions are 11-6 against the spread.
Not sticky at all, these gloves. Yeah! Did you see that? That's what I thought. Not sticky at all, these gloves.
Maybe you grab
Not
that.
sticky at all. Yeah! These gloves are just like so slick. They're so slick, it's hard to catch stuff. Shit! It's so difficult to catch stuff. I don't know how these kids are doing it. I have no idea what's going on.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, hour 3. I will say I put together a pretty good worded email about that boost.
Hell yeah.
I just read it back. Hour 3 begins right now.
Yeah.
AJ, I love those moments where, I'm genuinely curious about how we landed upon the decision that was made. And I have my opinions, obviously, and I'm sure there will be others. But the way you got to word that is you got to answer things that you think they're going to present before they even present them, and you have to lay it out in a fashion that isn't like, how about that? How about so you got to word it in a fashion that is. I feel good in there. That's really one of the highs of my life when I get to type up those emails. I'm on my delete. Fuck you.
Well, all you have to say, right, is that if you parlayed those 4 games together, it's plus 1,200.
Well, they would then return that some games could go 30 points over, or some game like that. So you have to answer that. This happens all football season, by the way, for all of our boosts. But I don't think just to peel back the curtain a little bit.
Right.
We'll say, hey, we're thinking about this boost. What are we thinking it could be possible? Then they'll send it back. Then it'll go through the entire car wash of everybody's thoughts of what it is. And then we got to go, that's bullshit. We need that thing boosted. That needs to be up a little bit more. I mean, there's injuries. We got COVID. Who knows if this is even going to happen?
What should it be? Plus 240, you think?
Hey, in my eyes, if that was plus 200, I think I'd feel very good about it. Now, granted, they're predicting that it was minus 120, which is very interesting to me. I responded. I said, am I missing something? Because it was minus 120. Like, how was it minus 120? Was there a glitch when you guys were putting this together? Am I missing something? I don't think I fully understand. And by the way, the people that do all this, very intelligent motherfuckers now.
Oh, yeah.
Like very, very, very smart people. And by the way, good people, but they have a job, as do we, So it's like one of those, it's a pretty cool little joust, because it is gambling. It is a sports book. We are trying to beat the fuck out of them. And guess what? On the flip side, they trying to beat the fuck out of us.
Yeah. That's right.
So it's an interesting relationship, and I appreciate FanDuel. They have the best tech by far. Everybody else is crashing. FanDuel might go down, but it's quick, back up. How you doing? Keep it moving. Didn't crash all weekend.
Nope.
It's so good. It's amazing. But in this type of stuff, you got to talk to them about it. Speaking of Sweet 16 and tonight's boost of 575 points plus at plus 120. I mean, even saying it. Even saying it doesn't even
me off.
Even saying it doesn't even feel good. Because the name of the boost is, we want everybody to do good.
Yeah.
We want everybody to do a good boost. We want to feel good. We want good vibes. America's going to beat the shit out of Mexico in soccer.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Down in
On the
Mexico.
field.
On the field.
Yeah.
On the field.
Get the hell out of there after the game.
Nobody else is allowed down there.
On the field.
Yeah.
COVID protocols do apply for this game. No fans in the stand.
Thank God.
You can't travel, watch that game live up here, but America's getting a big win. Every team is going to do good.
Yeah.
The points are going to go. I mean, the United States can qualify for the World Cup tonight. All we need is Honduras to beat Panama, and Costa Rica can tie or beat Canada. And the United States, after we beat Mexico, are into the World Cup. How you doing? We're dancing for the soccer Lombardi.
Here we go, boys.
I want to.
So look for us to get the soccer Lombardi.
If it doesn't
tonight.
happen, though, do they have another chance to make it
Yes.
somehow? They have another tournament
There's
going
another
on?
like 2 months, I think, of shit that could potentially happen. Go ahead,
I
Tom.
wanted to correct because we do this to Canada, but we are rooting for Canada tonight. That failed to beat Canada. We want Canada to win.
Oh, go on.
Hell yeah.
Costa Rica must fail to beat Canada. Oh, so they can tie.
Okay.
Tie or lose.
Tie or lose.
Why the fuck did they
We want
word it
Canada
like
to
that?
We want
'cause
Canada to win.
I think they didn't want to write tie or beat. They
Who's the
went,
favorite in that game?
So I read that wrong. This is me trying to understand law.
Well, no, but on the left side, they have the winners to beat people on the right side, and then on the third one, they just decided to put the people who need to lose on the left side.
Are we going to
instead of
win,
the right
though?
side.
Yes,
US
we're
gonna
going to
win?
shut up, AJ. Look at that guy. You see that guy right next to you? He's like a half inch on the screen away from you. Best player in the world.
Yeah, what are the odds on
Oh, cool. I'm
Christian
glad you're back on the
Pulisic?
bandwagon for him.
Well, I'm glad
Never
he's back
left.
playing fucking. I did
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I did actually leave. I parked that fucking bandwagon
What?
and I got off and I said, "This fucking guy, what is he even doing? Hey, pal, need you to show up around here." Had a United States game. It was what, negative 45 degrees in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting subbed out, taking his turn. Fucking, you're the best player in the world, pal. And there's other people playing negative 40. You see the ref's performance was incredible.
Yeah.
You need to do it. He bounced back. He had one bad night. I turned on him. I'm sorry.
He heard you. He
I'm
got
passionate.
better.
Yeah, he's back. I don't know if he knows we exist.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to let Christian Pulisic know. Hershey native superstar.
Great job.
That guy's going to win the balloon at the door.
That's right.
And then he's going to win the soccer Lombardi.
Yeah.
He's all the way back. Let's fucking go.
Go.
Tonight is the start of that. But with that being said, Sweet 16's on, so nobody's going to watch that game. But we'll keep everybody updated. With the Sweet 16 happening, we need to know what to look for. Yeah. We need to know what to watch. And there's only one segment that we can provide that can give you all the details before a night filled with college hoops action. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for episode 3 of T4 Tones Tasty Tournament Talk. Take it away, Tone. Let's get this thing tasty.
16 teams left, Pat. 8 play tonight, 4 games.
Nailed it.
What?
First game tonight's at 7:09 p.m.
Hell yeah.
Eastern.
Eastern, even though it's played in San Francisco, California.
The East Coast bias is real.
Hell yeah.
We're not happy about it, but it's something that's real.
Eric Musselman and the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Woo, Big Suey.
10-point puppies against Gonzaga and Mark Few, okay?
Okay.
Obviously, Gonzaga's been number 1 all year long. They got Timmy and that other tall guy.
Chet Holmgren.
Against Arkansas, who's been a feisty team in the SEC all year.
Well, that's Arkansas for you.
Yeah,
That's right. Who
Look for
paid?
them to try to get to the rim tonight, okay? It's what Memphis did against Gonzaga, which gave them a 10-point lead in the first half last week before everything fell apart. But, look for Arkansas to get to the rim in that game. Next game.
Well, no, who you like?
Yeah, who
We
we
like
like here?
Arkansas because John Daly's from there.
Yeah, we'll lean to the 10.
Okay.
All right,
Whoop
Arkansas
Big
plus
Sue.
10.
Whoop Big Sue.
Whoop Big Sue. It's called the Hogs. It's called Hey Hogs. Hey Hogs. Sue, are you a hog? We're doing the Hogs. They do that. They do it. It's really
I feel
cool.
like I'm at a game.
Pretty sick, actually.
I wish I remember what it was because Calipari was in a restaurant or something.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Well, listen, I haven't caught on to the entire call. I do believe there is a cadence.
Can you do it one more time?
I was hey I don't know if people.
I thought everyone snorts like a hog.
No, see, I think you're kind of demeaning the Arkansas people.
How?
Which is not cool at all. I've been to Arkansas
get them tusks?
a few times, not as many times as Nick Moraldo. Arkansas is a good time.
Beautiful.
I've seen so many missed free throws when I hear those oinks.
Yeah, because they call the Hogs.
That's what, and that's what everyone in the stands does.
All right, so we're calling the Hogs plus 10 tonight. You're saying, all right, we're Big Suey, John Daly's town. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Next game, 7:29 Eastern, being played in San Antonio, Texas.
Central.
A future home of the Detroit
Lions.
Yeah.
That is Michigan versus Villanova. So maybe the Michigan fans traveling down there will get used to if they want to stick with the Lions.
To the weather.
Villanova is -5. They were -4.5 earlier in the week. Jay Wright calling Gillespie. I mean, Villanova. Jay Wright's won 2 national championships. You're not going to see me going against Jay Wright in this matchup. I will lean to Villanova.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's go, Villanova. The Wildcats.
Michigan wanted the.
AJ, please.
What?
Do it.
What?
For the good of the program?
What were you doing? Can Connor do it again?
What? We were all doing it.
Yeah, there was a lot.
What was that? Was it you guys Wildcats?
Yeah, Villanova.
Get your head in the game.
Jay Wright, are you listening to T4, dude? You said, I didn't get to hear that. We're doing it. You're not even listening. Now you're a part of it, and you're choosing not to participate.
Join the group, dude.
I'm trying to really soak it all in. This is good stuff. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen what T4, as we call it, especially with that awesome profile pick to start the segment off. So this is all great to me.
It's not a pro. Please put the graphic.
Jesus
back up.
Christ.
That's not a profile picture. This is a graphic. You ever heard of us?
Is that Rip? Is that Cole Hauser?
Wow.
That
It
is
might
sweet.
actually.
That dude's
No, that's
killing it.
Tone. That's Tone Diggs.
Cole Hauser
I
gained
thought that was
like
Cole
4
Hauser.
pounds.
No, it's Tone Diggs, dude. He looks
Tone.
cool. It's just tasty, too. Villanova plus
Tone, that's
5.
you.
Arkansas plus
I bet
10.
your wife loves that pick, Tone.
But I doubt it.
What?
There's another game.
9:39 on Thursday, which
Cool.
we've talked about
It's today?
today.
Tonight?
Yep.
Ends at 1 a.m.
Back in California, I believe. We got Texas Tech and Duke. Texas Tech is the #1 ranked defense in the country, okay? They're also very experienced. They're taking on Coach K, who hopefully this will be his last game ever coaching tonight. Texas Tech is 1-point favorite.
Jeez.
T4 is biased.
Yeah.
Duke's going to win.
Incredibly biased. Mark Adams, I mean, when he tells the boys, fucking get it together. I don't want to say goodbye to you boys. I want to keep playing basketball with you boys.
They feel that.
I want to say goodbye to you.
That's literally
That's
what
what he
Coach said.
said.
And by the way, in the locker room, nobody laughing.
No.
That's one of those things where maybe a coach says that and somebody in the locker room goes, all right, relax, dude. None of that. Everybody was bought in. So I think that Texas Tech camaraderie and the ability to be, come together in the right moment. I don't want to say I love Texas Tech, especially because of what Duke did to me on the Coach K night.
Sure.
Texas Tech -110 to win that thing.
Yeah, you might want to go the money line on that one, yeah.
All I heard from Tony was that we have the over and the #1 defense in the country is playing tonight.
Yeah, their game is at 136 too. That's actually higher than Michigan and Villanova.
Jesus Christ.
And that's what the number. We're fucked. Do not take our boost.
No, we're good. We just need Gonzaga to hit like 35 threes and take like
Gillespie
70
could
of them.
do that.
Yeah, he could.
True.
And then
Arkansas Gonzaga, by the way, 154.5.
Yeah, that's
I don't like that it's the first game of the evening. Normally people
Up-tempo.
start a little tight though.
True.
Yeah. And the juice is high on the over as well. I think it's like -115.
That's the biggest one by far. 154.5, 135. Texas Tech Duke 136.5. That's what the #1 defense in the country.
Texas Tech is, yeah.
And then the last game is 146.5. We're fucked, dude. Don't take
We'll
it.
see. Let's not give up yet.
I bet very heavy on the boost because I have to.
Yeah.
Because our names are associated with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't like this one.
These
College
Arizona
games are
boys.
very low
Arizona
scoring
boys
times.
fill the bucket, dude.
Last game, 9:59 tonight. Arizona
Yeah.
against Houston.
The Cougs?
These boys run.
The Houston Cougars. These boys do run, okay? And also, these are two of the top offensive rebounding teams in the country. So they're going to crash to glass, okay? Second chance.
They're going to
point.
clash when they crash.
They
into
will.
glass.
Arizona's got a lot of big bodies. Why?
You can bet your ass.
I believe we're leaning Arizona money line.
Let's go!
Here we go. Here we go, Wildcats.
I can't wait for that last game. I'm probably going to be asleep by 10 to 15 minutes by then, and there's going to be people running math on how many we need to get over 575. And I'm happy that the closers are runners. You know, I'm happy that the closers are wide open. Bucket's going to look bigger for all these boys tonight.
That's right.
True.
I think we got something for St. Peter's tomorrow, too.
To Gumpy's point, well, for the two teams, Gonzaga is second fastest in the team as far as fucking getting up shots, and Arizona is fourth. Those are our thoroughbreds in this. We need them to push the pace.
And their closers, they're last.
Sure.
That's right.
So that, like any good boost that we put together, always want there to be hope. So when we try to put together those parlays or whatever, we always wanted to have hope throughout. The only thing that could ever kill our boosts or whatever is normally an injury. Right?
Yeah.
Sure. McAfee got injured in like the fourth play or whatever. That thing was dead in the first quarter. The fact that we still have hope throughout the entire night is good news because I need that. I need that. If that thing's over.
What if you're going into this last game at 9:59? Great tip-off time, by the way. What if we're going into that game and we need the final score to be 125 to 135?
All right,
Then we're probably shit out of luck.
No, overtime. For buckets, dude.
Overtime.
Yeah, what are we even talking?
OT.
It's not just because Iowa lost and Devontae left and your house got flooded and the Vegas Golden Knights stayed. I don't need that. Okay, if we need 260 points going in that last game, God damn it, we need 131 to 130.
Well, if that's the case, hopefully fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is playing center for one of the teams.
These boys fill the bucket.
Yeah, the crash offensive boards. Kareem might be out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was T4.
Still no mention of the women's tournament.
Ohio State's playing tomorrow
night.
Yeah, you're a bad guy. You're a bad guy.
I don't
like
want to
this
talk
segment,
about
Diggs.
things that I don't know about.
What'd you say, Zito? Who? Oh, Zito wanted to add a little bit more to that.
Really?
Who's Ohio State playing tomorrow?
In the tournament?
Yeah.
The women's tournament?
Yeah.
Obviously, they're playing Baylor.
Is that right?
It's the right state.
Obviously, they're playing a team from Texas.
Yeah.
Which one?
Which one?
The
Texas,
team.
the team from Texas. Hook 'em, baby.
Okay. And Texas pretty good or no?
Oh, you kidding me? Texas is a fucking elite pirate. You got Texas, you got UConn, you got Stanford, Baylor. Baylor women are always South
Is it
Carolina
LSU women good?
Stanford.
Notre Dame women. I said Stanford.
Okay.
I went through the 6 programs that guaranteed to win every single year.
Texas is a 2 seed, I guess. Ohio State's got their hands full.
Wow. Creighton.
Ohio State's a 6 seed.
Great women, huh?
Shut your fucking mouth.
I mean,
Sorry.
hey, good luck to the Buckeyes, all right?
Hey, good luck.
Oh, wait.
But also hook them, too. You know?
Hook them all day.
Also hook them, you know. Hey, way to sneak in a little women's basketball talk, you fucking sexist pig.
How dare you?
Me?
Jesus.
We can't all be perfect.
We need to start doing our part, okay?
Yes.
To make sports coverage better.
Next time we do this, I'll do a better job at that.
Thank you.
WNBA starts in May.
Let's go, Scott.
They're going to be missing.
For Liberty.
that's- I think the only conversation around that is like
Yeah.
legit Brittany Griner's in some shit right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hope she's all right.
Good luck, Brittany.
Love you, Brady.
AJ, you going to that Ohio State game tomorrow?
I am not going. Do we know where it is?
Texas. Go to the phones.
Oh, it's in Texas.
I think home seed, higher seed probably has home, right?
Normally, I think at some point they do go to neutral site.
It is Sweet 16. Would this be a neutral site?
This will be in
game?
Washington, that game.
Washington.
State or DC?
Spokane Arena.
That's state.
Oh. Hey, Pacific Northwest fans
Beautiful
are going to
this
bring
time.
it.
Good barn.
Beautiful
Good
this time of
barn.
year.
It is a good barn.
Yeah.
Good luck to all the ladies.
Good luck,
Good
ladies.
luck, ladies.
7 p.m. tomorrow.
All right, 7 p.m. It's going to be right at time.
Eastern,
Doug Eddard.
We'll also
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
SmackDown's at 8.
Where are you tomorrow?
Brooklyn.
We go.
Oh, yeah, Barclays Center. That's sweet.
Oh, sweet. Kyrie can wrestle tomorrow.
Well, not till Sunday, but I will probably make reference to it 15 times.
Legal gambling now in New York.
Oh,
That's
yes,
awesome.
we don't have to just sneak all our stuff in before we
True,
get
right.
to the state. Oh, that's great news.
It's huge. Yeah.
I was just firing off bets last Friday. I mean, as we were taking off, I'm just firing off bets. Boom, 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 boom. Who do I like? What is that game? I don't know. And then just hoping it goes through before we get up into the sky and lose our Wi-Fi and we're out of Indiana. It's crazy that not every state has allowed that yet. I guess we're very new in the game, but come on.
Wake up.
Come on. Let's go to Big Herm in Tulsa. What's going on, Big Herm?
What's up, Pat? What's up, boys?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Keep it up.
I was wanting to know, you're bringing up WrestleMania here. You've actually been the one who's kind of got me interested in WWE again. So do you get any heat from the boys in the back because you're so damn good on the mic and you're stealing segments? Maybe not stealing's not the right word, but you're taking some time from the other guys. You got any heat from the boys back there? And are you going to bring AJ Hawk for some backup there at WrestleMania?
That's a great question. Thank you, Big Perm. So here's the thing, Big Herm. I have no idea. I think I get along with everybody. I'm not 100% sure. I've heard the wrestling business can potentially have that happen. I try to be as respectful as possible. I'm very thankful for my time, very grateful for my time, and I'm going to go all in every time I get a time to go have a time.
Oh, yeah.
Like that just needs to be understood. I'm sure there's people that don't like me everywhere. You know, I'm sure that happens.
But very competitive business. I'm sure there's a lot of weird, competitive ego things going on.
A lot of very talented people as well, very creative people, so I understand that. I'm very lucky and fortunate to be able to get to do what I'm doing, but I try to spread love to as many people as possible. Honestly, I try to keep it as positive as possible whenever I go in there, but I assume there's people that don't like me, Big Herm, everywhere, not just over there.
What's nice is it seems like Austin Theory has no friends, so it's not like you're pissing anybody off there.
Yeah, well, that has been quite an advantage. Yeah. Nobody's like, hey, what are you saying that about Austin? Nobody.
Yeah.
You know?
Same thing with Cole. Nobody liked him either.
Yeah, biggest, smallest prick in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Except for AJ. AJ kind of.
Yeah, AJ loves him.
Well, AJ's the biggest.
You talking Adam Cole or Michael Cole?
Both.
Well, Michael Cole, good guy.
I meant Adam.
Both
Cole,
nice guys.
Terrible guy. Adam Cole, bad guy. Michael Cole, great guy. That's what you meant?
No, I think they're both Coles that I have met have been very nice. You know that.
This guy.
You suck.
What is your deal, bro?
So, Austin Theory, this character that you have had this program
Character, he's a man.
God damn it,
dude.
You came out from the principal's office, right, which was Vince McMahon. After he slapped you around a few times, told you to apologize. You didn't. You gave him suck it signs, whatever. Old buddy came and tackled him. Now, I'm guessing at the Barclays Center, that's a big venue. Is this when Vince comes out and just hammer fists you in the back of the head at some point?
What are you hammer
What is this guy's deal?
Austin Theory's his guy, I thought. I thought this was like his dude.
I don't know. I'll be intrigued to see what happens as well, if it means
Just
anything.
donkey punches right in the back. Bomb, bomb, bomb on the back of your head.
Just
Vince.
real quick, I don't see why that would ever happen. But if it does, you know.
Yeah. Let me introduce you.
Thunder, lightning, pal. Don't get caught in a storm.
Mic 1, mic 2.
Yeah. Got a backup mic if you need one. You know what I mean? What I'm saying here is Vince knows. He's seen. He has seen. He wouldn't want to do that. And why would he? He wouldn't. Now, granted, it was an interesting situation. I was called to the principal's office, believe it or not, a lot as a child. Okay? Believe it or not. Patrick McAfee. Well, that's not how you pronounce my fucking name in school. Please come down to the office. So I go down there, take my whatever, even though I probably might have been in the wrong, probably wasn't, but I'll take it. I've been through that a lot. Getting called back there in the middle of the show was an interesting moment. That was very interesting to me. So then I go back there, the conversation we had, he and he didn't, I think it's being reported, and I think WWE even tweeted it. He just suggested that I do that. That's all. He just suggested.
Why wasn't there a camera there? I feel like it's part of the program. You should have had a camera in there.
It's private.
Well, there were some other things said as well. There's some other things said. They didn't know how it was going to go. We're both a little fiery, I think, if we had to be. So I think
like Spolstra and old buddy.
Yeah, with Dahn. But I feel like it was.
Look at you. You're pissed.
Yeah.
You are so upset.
I don't like being talked to, in a fashion like, hey, you're going to do this. I work for myself. I don't necessarily.
Look at you.
What's that, pal?
That's awesome. I never saw the whole slow walkout like this. I love your facial expression.
By the way, didn't know this was happening either as it was happening. This is crazy. And then I get, I'm like, I think I'm supposed to go out there, I say. And they go, yeah, go. And I'm like, all right. I just walk out. No music, just an awkward walkout. Very nice of you guys. There's no way. What am I, a puppet? There's no way Vince thought I was going to go out there and just say, hey, I'm sorry. There's
not a chance.
Way he thought that.
Not a chance.
There's no chance. Could you imagine if I would have done that in Charlotte? They would have booed me out of the fucking arena.
Yeah. Did you at least say like, "Hey, Austin Theory is a bitch-made cat"? We know that. Like, is that why they didn't bring the camera back there? Because they're like, "Hey, I mean, I just assumed myself. I was like, oh yeah, he just told Vince that, hey, listen, Austin Theory's a bitch-made cat, man."
So I didn't say bitch-made cat because I didn't want Coach JB to potentially be a little bit upset about how I'm describing people.
Sure.
But I did lay out to him much like you, sir, I don't apologize for much. If I did it, I stand by it. And it's going to be hard to get me to apologize. Believe it or not, Vince, this has been a problem throughout my entire life. This has been something like, hey, just make it right and say you're sorry for what happened. It's like, well, I'm not sorry, actually. I feel like it was exactly right. So you can take this, we can do this the hard way, or you can apologize. I don't. I'll take the hard way. And the hard way was never fun, but it was always just, I'm so stubborn, too stubborn almost, for my own good. I think a lot of people would view it that way. Same type of conversation there. Like, this guy smacks me twice. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Why am I sorry?
What am I supposed to do, Vince? I'm sorry? I thought I was coming in here for you to apologize to me for the shit that was happening on your show. And he's like, you don't have to, but I think it would be a good idea if you did or whatever. Like, all right, dude. And then bang, right out the thing to the...
That's why your face you were so upset when you came out of his office.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, it's all coming together for me. Yeah, Vince is going to slap you around pretty soon, I can tell. If you're not listening to him, he's the boss.
No
you're
shit
not listening.
from apple butter. Don't listen to this guy.
He's a fucking dipshit.
I can't wait. He's gonna smack you around, kick you. It'll be fun.
Ain't nobody can do fucking shit to me. You hear me, AJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I've been training, dude. Threw 430 punches last night.
That's right.
430 punches
Ain't easy.
in that Oculus. 2 fights, 2 4-round fights. I'm not trying to sleep people in the first round anymore. I'm like, doing like body combos, and like dancing around the ring.
Your old game film, it used to be all haymakers.
Yeah, that's literally all I used to do is just knock people out. Now, granted, when I get to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm real tired.
Yeah.
Then that thing just starts coming out from the pocket.
Time to go night-night.
Boom, that thing starts coming out
Bread
from
and
the
butter.
pocket. Yeah, have to do it. Got to do it. I feel like I am getting pretty good, though, at the... Last night, I almost looked for boxing gyms that I could just go show up at and maybe spar with people.
Really?
Yeah. It was like that because, I feel
good.
I feel very fit right now.
Yeah.
I had some CBD earlier because the knees were a little bit sore, so I smoked a little CBD because I learned that's the best way for me to take it in. Mm-hmm. But the knees are feeling good now. I'm feeling light. I think I'm like 25 down right now. 25 down.
From how long ago?
Was that like 3 weeks? 3, 4
25
weeks?
pounds?
Yeah.
Really, that much?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's quick.
Yeah, thank you. I've been doing like 2-a-days cardio-wise, workout-wise, and I'm full in on keto. So, I'm feeling real good. I wasn't given a lot of fucking days.
No, not at all. This is your new lifestyle then, huh? This is what you're going to do the rest of your life.
I don't know. I feel like I have energy. I feel like, Sam's been eating some very delicious-looking things around me. That has happened, and there hasn't even been an urge to even eat anything. Like, I'm really focused and dialed in. But will that end after WrestleMania? We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. You never know.
You got to have a cheat meal.
A little Patty the Batty binge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or do
Just take a couple days, like you're a UFC fighter. Take a couple days, eat whatever you want, get sick of it, and then you'll be right back on this path.
See, the issue is those couple days are always the plan. Yeah. And then when one thing leads to another.
Right.
Don't get sick.
It's easier and easier, as Stanley said in the office to Jim.
And it gets harder and harder to get back in shape. Like the first, I'll say the first 11 days after Vince offered me the WrestleMania match and I started like working out again. Oh no. Those first 11 days, I was like very close to like sending a text like, hey, I don't think so, pal. I don't know if this is a good idea. Can we should maybe make this like a 6-man tag where I just come in for like 35 seconds and do something or whatever, maybe finish it. But after that, I kind of broke through a little bit, and it feels like I'm in better shape than I have ever been almost. And it feels really good. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm the lightest I've been in a long time. Maybe it's because the knees. I don't know what it is.
How much you weigh?
I think I'm at like 228 or something like that.
Dang.
Yeah, 228, 230. I was like 260 at one point here, not too long ago.
I don't know how you don't look anywhere near 260. I know your legs are 700 pounds. But.
Yeah, but if you look at that side shot of me and Austin Theory, look at my head. Like as a guy that enjoys, big craniums, look at my head, neck, shoulder area. I'm a spark plug. I am basically just the same amount of thickness all the way down from like thighs, chest, front of face, back of face. It's just like I don't know why. It's not a good look, like I'm not like I'm not built like for anybody that has clothes that are supposed to fit well. I think it is a difficult look.
Nobody is.
But I am a barrel.
Ebby's the only one that's built for the clothes that are on the store.
I'm a barrel, though. Yeah, Foxy's a fucking model. He's a mannequin, that guy. He literally is a mannequin.
Ebby, what do you weigh, 165?
75. Have some respect, AJ.
Respect, Ebby.
Hey, he was lifting for like 3 weeks or so. You remember those days?
Yeah, that's great.
He was getting like real yoked up, but he couldn't shoot a fucking basketball.
First time in my life I felt a little bit of tone in my arms.
Let's go to Eli in Michigan. What's going on, Eli?
Do band work, Ebby.
Hey, how you doing?
Keep it moving.
All right, real quick question for Zito in the back. How would you honestly feel if B-Wags became the next middle linebacker for the Bears? Because bear down. And also, shout out to Roman, because now I ain't busting in 5. Now I'm busting in 2 hours. Hell yeah.
Yeah, baby, EB. That's a little bit too long, I think.
Yeah.
I guess movies talk about that, but I don't know if I'd be able to make that's good cardio. Maybe now. Hey, maybe now I could make that. Shout out to Roman Swipes, by the way, helping you have better, longer sex. Used to bust in 2 minutes, now he's going for 2 hours. Shout out to Eli.
Shout out.
He's a Bears fan, so he's probably just thinking about the Bears as well as the swipes helping him out. That probably would make you, refuse to find an orgasm for a while. Zito, Bobby Wagner to the Bears, is that something that's being talked about?
I haven't heard one bit of that, but I would love it.
Just because, good player?
Good player, yeah. I'm still thinking about Honey Bear. More than
Why
anything.
wouldn't he
Honey
love
Bear?
it?
Honey Badger, yeah.
He changed his name.
If he joined the Bears.
Yes, yeah.
Winnie the Pooh Bear.
No, you shut your mouth.
That'd be sick.
It's Honey Bear.
He's the Honey Badger, okay? And he's coming to the Colts.
Well, I don't
So
think
does it-
anybody wants to come to the Colts.
Matt Ryan just chose to.
Well, he got traded.
Yeah, but he had to say yeah.
But in all honesty, has there been one free agent?
Yeah, there hasn't been one. Everyone's been
Of their own
traded
free
here.
will.
The next one's the best one. Don't forget it.
I heard
say
Ngakoue.
that-
Pascal left.
Huh. You guys are basically the Lions.
Yeah, Yannick Ngakoue had to get pulled out of his house in Vegas to get sent over here.
Like I pulled that catfish out of that hole?
Bingo.
Yes.
No, that is something that seems to be real.
Yeah.
Reggie Wayne just said, I'll come back and coach.
True.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but that's because
He was living in Miami.
Yeah,
he just misses the game, though. Hats
He
off.
could have got a job anywhere.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Reggie Wayne.
He wanted to come to the Indianapolis Colts because of Reggie Wayne. Fucking horseshoe guy.
Well, coaching and playing, two different things.
How come there hasn't been a single fucking free agent that has come over here? What is going on? That is an interesting little piece of information I hadn't thought of until right now.
I don't know. Indianapolis.
It's a great
beautiful
city.
Yeah, it's
Come on.
beautiful here.
Come on, it's a good city. Good team. You create monster house. I mean, YouTube's doing some account on YouTube's making shorts about the house that I bought around here.
Yeah.
The old house that I have. Huge homes. Live your cribs life over here, man. Do whatever you gotta do. Come on, Julio. You love Matt Ryan.
What do you say?
Hey, Rob Gronkowski, come over to Cole.
Come on, Bob.
Come on, dude. Jeez Louise, why is that?
Jarvis would make some sense.
He would be great for us.
Yeah, but
T.Y. Hilton allegedly drawing some interest from the Dallas Cowboys, although Chris Ballard the other day told us, like, T.Y. is an integral part of what we have built here. So that made it sound like, oh, they're in the middle of talks with T.Y. to bring T.Y. back. But T.Y. is going to need somebody else. Like, that is just something that's going to have to happen. And then he wrote, you know what, taking notes?
Taking notes 5 times. Okay. And Ballard said, we'll see how this plays out.
I heard you.
Feels like he's
See, I thought that
coming
was him
back.
signing a contract of some sort.
Well, then that would be that handwriting thing that people write whenever, like,
Exactly.
freezing cold takes writes.
Oh, yeah.
The pen.
Pen to paper or whatever.
That would be notes there, right?
That's more like, oh, I see what's going on here. No one's coming to Indianapolis to play football. Why would I go back? That's how I read it.
You can't even. Did you zoom in on what was written on the little notes? No.
No, but each little thing is like a note taking, right? So each one's a different sentence. The first one's like, no one's signing here. Second one's like, I have to deal with another new quarterback in 6 straight years. The third one's like, why the hell would I go back to Indianapolis? It's cold here most of the time. Then the fourth one's like, it's pretty warm in Dallas. And then the fifth one's like, yeah, I want to play with Dak Prescott. That's how I read it.
Holy shit. I didn't see that. Put it
Hey,
back.
I don't see receivers lining up to play with Mac Jones right now either.
Well, we spent all our money last year, but hey, $100 million in cap space next year. I'm not worried about that.
So why don't you guys are in tank this year?
Definitely
Patriots
not
just tanking this year?
Absolutely not tanking.
You guys just tanking next year?
We got the guys in the building. Everyone just got to take that next step in the offense.
What about
Bills
the coaches,
offense.
though? Aren't you worried you lost Josh McDaniels, one of the best play callers ever to live?
We actually talked about this during the season last year. I would be much more worried if Mac Jones didn't already know the offense. And then when he was kind of coming in, being unknown. But Mac can teach fucking Bill O'Brien how to run his offense in Bama. He can teach everybody else how to run it in New England.
That is something that is talked about. Mac Jones was teaching Cam Newton the offense, right?
Mhm.
And it was talked like, oh, why are people burying Cam Newton like this? It's like, no, I think they're actually putting over how smart this fucking guy is.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is supposed to be an incredibly intelligent guy. That does not mean that he has the feel and the play and what he should do and game plan and strategy like Josh McDaniels has done so well for them for so damn long. But you would assume Bill Belichick's been a part of all those conversations in the past, and now he's the offense coordinator, and they no longer have a fullback. So what the fuck are they going to do with Bill Belichick's vision of offensive football?
Yeah, going to line up and sling it. And when you watch like the Brady documentary, Brady and Bill would meet every single week, and I assume Mac and Bill are probably doing the same exact thing.
Let's go to Alan in Kansas. What's going on, Alan? You're not in Kansas anymore. You're on the show.
How's it going?
Keep it going.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I think the Chiefs are going to be good after this trade. They knew they were going to have to pay Tyreek Hill some big cash, and he's getting older. He dropped a lot more balls this year last year than he has in his whole career. I also think they wanted Juju to be their long-term goal. He's younger than Tyreek Hill, as long as he can be as productive as he was as a Steeler,
what?
Then I think the Chiefs will be good.
Okay, Alan, did you just look at stats for Juju when he played entire seasons, or did you watch Juju play?
No, I watched Juju play. I think his
Like Russell
upside
Wilson.
is really high. As long as he can get off the TikTok and not hang out with Jackson Mahomes.
Well, that's
he's going to be doing that.
That's coming alongside of it.
Yeah.
That's coming alongside of it, Alan.
Tyreek. Keep it going.
Tyreek had like 120 catches last year.
Alan, I don't think I heard what you just said because Zito just reminded me like if X Factor's still a super fan, you think Tyreek Hill wants to leave Kansas City?
No. Probably not.
No way.
Now that it's Red Extreme super fandom and not X Factor super fandom, because remember X Factor birthed Red Extreme.
That's right.
Gave him his nickname, gave him his costume.
Yep.
Now X Factor ends up in the hospital, broken ribs, kicked out of the group. He is, further research, he's a Raiders fan now.
Yeah.
My God.
Raiders get Chandler Jones. They get Devontae Adams.
Holy
Tyreek
shit.
Hill's leaving. I mean, is this the X Factor that we've been missing in this entire conversation? And that's X Factor.
Oh, my God. The X Factor curse.
Yeah, maybe the Chiefs are dead. Wow, that stinks for them.
Had a good run.
Good run, Kansas
How about
City.
him saying Juju, just do what Juju does? That'll make up for Tyreek Hill. Maybe. I mean, maybe. That's when Juju was with Antonio Brown, he was awesome, right? Because he was not the focal point of the defense. And that's not a knock on Juju. That is a compliment to AB and how defensive coordinators and defensive players viewed Antonio Brown, and probably still do, by the way. But whenever you talk about AB leaving and Juju now becoming the focal point of the defensive coordinators, it seemed like he did not have as great of seasons. But you have Travis Kelce, who's a focal point. So maybe Juju with McCole Hardman there as well. Maybe Juju does go back to the Juju that it was when he and AB were teammates. And if that's the case, he was a fucking guy, a dog too, by the way. Go across the middle, we'll hit people, we'll block people, we'll take some of the routes that are a little bit dirty. If that is the Juju that they're getting, they're going to be super pumped. But it's not a Tyreek Hill for Juju type of play. Two different positions, two different players.
Yeah, he was great. His second year, he was voted team MVP, which in return, I believe, led to Antonio Brown asking for a trade. But he was great then. Like, is Travis Kelce enough? Travis Kelce's really good. I don't know because, like,
here, ask AJ. Is Travis Kelce enough to take a defensive distraction and open up some space for Juju?
I think so. I don't know if it's going to be enough for Juju, but yeah. I mean, Juju has to win his one-on-ones. That's as easy as it is. It's simple as it gets. If you're one-on-one, you got to Mahomes has to trust that you're going to win the majority of those times. You're going to go up and get those 50-50 balls.
What's that? That's slant or out is what he's running, right? Basically on the opposite side of where Travis is. Travis will be over here. Juju will be over here. It'll be a quick slant or a quick out, and Juju just has to beat him, right? Like that's basically what the offense will
be. The last couple of years, he's been great from the slot. Like he does make contested catches, and he is very tough after the catch as well. Juju on the field is good, but he's not.
Struggles to get separation. Also, I did a little fact checking. I wanted to check the callers. Tyreek did have the most drops of his career with 7 last season, but he also had 111 receptions, which is much more than his previous career high of 87.
So it was just a volume game there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One is hilarious too. How quickly people will in their heads they'll be like, I mean, he's getting older. He had a bunch of drops last year. You know, just like throw him in the trash and move on from him so quickly. It's crazy.
He did lose that race, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he absolutely did. He absolutely did lose that. Micah Parsons flying around.
Yeah,
flying around.
Oh, they have 2 firsts too. They'll probably go get one of the 10 guys that ran a 4.3 that play wide receiver too.
It doesn't mean they're Tyreek Hill.
No way.
A lot of 4.3. Like he's a 4.2, 4.3 guy who is somehow durable.
Yeah,
like that's.
D-Butt mentioned it though. It's okay. There's plenty of burners that are straight line burners. Tyreek is the very rare combination of an absolute burner that can run by everybody in the NFL, but he's also the quickest and most sudden guy too. So, okay, good luck. Like, how do you stop that? It seems impossible.
Here's the story about Tyreek Hill that I've told before and I'll tell again. Shane Leckler punted in the NFL for 55 years, was in the Pro Bowl 54 of those 55 years. Whenever we had our pregame conversations, when Tyreek Hill was a rookie and he was returning punts, he walked over to me before the game. Before we said hi, we had that entire thing. And then he said, have y'all played Kansas City yet? Is what he said. And I said, no. He said, when you play Kansas City, that fucker returning is different than any human I have ever seen. And punt returners, by the way, have been electrifying since the beginning of punting. He said, as soon as you get the snap playing against that fucking guy, you turn to the sideline and you punt it 15 rows deep. I hit a perfect ball, he said, to the sideline. But by the time I picked up my head, he was already on the other side numbers, shoving it right up my ass is what he said. I mean, it was just, that's the respect that Tyreek Hill has, not just by defensive players, by punters, the greatest punter of all time, Shane Leckler, coaches, everybody. The fact that the Dolphins were the landing spot for him is just wild to me because they're in it every single game because he can turn a 2-yard screen into an 85-yard touchdown literally in like 9 seconds. That the whole game is flipped on its head. Even if there's 3 people around him, he has shown on numerous occasions. I don't care how freak athlete you are and your friends are. I will run literally backwards just around. You won't even touch me and I'm gone. He's a different fucking human. I don't know how it happens.
Not to mention just like in motion and how much movement he is, but like you can put him in the backfield too. He can line up anywhere. Like he is, and it just, I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of these guys, like these number 1 receivers, like that, you know where they're at and they're always over there. Like Tyreek Hill can beat you from anywhere on the field.
God.
McDaniel too. You think like McDaniel? He says all the time, like he's obsessed with getting his great skill players the ball in space. So he's just sitting there dreaming up all kinds of creative ways to get him the ball.
We got Waddle. He waddles. Tyreek. He cheetahs. Imagine McDaniel. Hey, by the way, the Waddle dance is
awesome.
Sweet. I would like to see a lot more of that this year, and probably. I would assume they get some more primetime games strictly because Tyreek Hill is on their team now. Which
absolutely, and their head coach. Like I imagine there's a lot of reasons to give them some primetime games.
I don't know why Tyreek didn't come to the Colts. What happened?
Real bummer.
Well, was Matt Ryan in place yet?
What's this? Well, yes.
Yeah, he was.
He was?
Yes.
What do you think, Tyreek Hill? You think he wants to play for the Dolphins that just have invested a bunch of time or a bunch of resources and great players to that team, a new head coach? Or does he want to come to Indy where they're not really sure?
We've invested in a lot of great players.
I feel like he signed before Matt Ryan, or didn't he?
No,
he didn't.
It happened the day after.
It's all happened. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe he took a gander, took a look at the Colts.
I wonder if the Colts were even in the conversation because by the time we had heard about this, there was already down to the final 2 teams. It was the Jets and the Dolphins. It was like, whoa, can we take it slower? Can we get some other teams involved here? And it was like over before it even started publicly. That means privately it had to have been cooking for a little bit. There was a tweet from March 14th, I think that Tyreek Hill put out that was like alluding to almost like an end, which is
what did he say?
I forget the exact words, but it alluded to like nothing but love almost for
Put the eyeballs out there or whatever.
No, it wasn't eyeball. It was like an actually worded thing that everybody's like looking back onto now because 9 days later he ends up getting traded out of Kansas City. I wonder if that's when the writing started becoming on the wall, and that's when was Devontae traded? I guess we could look back at that as well because Drew Rosenhaus said that was when it all changed or whatever.
That was the Saturday. That was on a Saturday, right? I think Devontae's was.
So what's the date?
Devontae happened the same day that Iowa lost, which was
bingo. So it was a Friday.
That's Friday.
So it's 18th.
Yeah.
He said that we came a long way. Thank you, Chiefs Kingdom. I'm forever indebted. A lot of people were saying like,
how do we not see this on the 12th?
Yeah, 12th. Sorry, not even the 14th. I don't know.
At the time, you see that as nothing.
Like a positive. That's like a grateful Tyreek Hill. He just came out of Poncha Karma.
Yeah.
He just did his. He was
I don't know. Saying he's forever indebted, I'd be like, is he thinking about getting out of there?
Well, that's what we're saying now, right? Because we're looking back on it. But I think at the time we all just like, oh, he's like just a gratitude type thing.
Yeah, and this is before they started negotiating the new contract extension, so this could easily just be like, at the time, be like, oh, he's saying this so he can drive his number up.
We don't know when the contract extension was negotiated, do we?
There was a report when it first started, but
then the Devontae Adams thing changed it all. Fascinating. I don't know how a guy like that gets traded, but once again, I don't know how Russell Wilson gets traded. I don't know how.
Great point.
Matt Ryan gets traded.
Devontae
to the Colts, by the way, or Devontae. I don't know how any of these guys get traded because you would assume that your football team would need the best players on earth if you're trying to become a good football team. I don't know how that happens.
Maybe some teams just aren't willing to give guys those long-term deals that may not look great in 2 years.
Hey, a lot of people are throwing it in our face right now that the reason why Tyreek is leaving is because salary cap isn't a myth. The reason why Devontae Adams left is because the salary cap isn't a myth. But we heard from inside sources or alleged sources, not our sources, other people reporting, the Packers were able to match Devontae Adams' offer. And I'd assume that the Chiefs, if they wanted to, would have been able to piece together a contract that would have got Tyreek Hill the amount of money that he got from Miami just doing the salary cap games. But it does feel like there has been some ripple effects from some of these contracts that are being signed. And maybe we need to back off the whole salary cap's a bunch of bullshit conversation.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of people called Aaron selfish when they traded Devontae, but we're not calling Patrick Mahomes selfish when they traded Tyreek Hill, even though his salary cap hits like $70 million in 2 years.
Or, I mean, Deshaun Watson's not being called selfish either at this particular moment. He's calling like they're calling
things,
a lot, but they're not calling him selfish.
Right.
How about Matthew Stafford and his contract he got? Well, it's just because Aaron Rodgers is fucking Aaron Rodgers. Zito said there's another tweet. Ty Hill, John Dorsey is what he put a star next to. This isn't a diss on Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs took a chance on him in 2016. No one else did. Andy Reid turned him into the highest paid receiver in the NFL. Who says he can't do that again? And he said John Dorsey instead of Andy Reid.
Yeah,
and that just happened.
John Dorsey took
Dorsey was the GM.
Went to the Browns.
Yep.
Got the sweater.
He's awesome. He's hilarious.
This isn't a diss on Tyreek Hill, says Zach Talks One, who's probably a Dolphins fan. The Chiefs took a chance on him in 2016. No one else did. John Dorsey turned him into the highest paid receiver in the NFL. Who says he can't do that again? Or is he saying John Dorsey took a chance on him?
Zach's a Chiefs fan.
So this isn't a diss on Tyreek Hill. John Dorsey took a chance on him in 2016. No one else did. Andy Reid turned him into the highest paid receiver in the NFL. Who says he can't do that again? Is that what John?
Maybe
Dorsey,
that's it. Yeah, the old regime took a chance on him.
Not
that
the Chiefs.
I'm
Yeah,
not one of their guys. Yeah,
Well, I think
maybe that's what he's
both,
saying.
right? Because Andy Reid isn't the one who's giving out the contract.
Well, I think he's talking about the way he was
offense
played,
and everything.
the way he played. So Zach's saying like, who says that they can't do that again for another wide receiver? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
And he wanted to say no, it was John Dorsey that took a chance on me, not the Chiefs. Is that what we're thinking?
Yes.
I'm happy we can go through that in real time. That happened 6 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So he's saying, no, it wasn't the people that are here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is John Dorsey that did this, not me.
Do you think, like you talk about the separate salary cap for the quarterbacks, do you think this kind of stuff could potentially lead way to that because we are getting in a situation where when these guys are getting paid now, like there just isn't enough money to have multiple superstars, like you can't pay multiple guys at the same time?
But you can, though. Like that's what we've learned, right?
Because even the Raiders are paying Carr a shit ton of money.
And I assume Darren Waller's not going anywhere. Nope. And they got Devontae. And the Rams, they've paid, 15 superstars? Yeah. The Buccaneers have Gronk. If Gronk goes back there, they have 5 superstars on that team.
But Tom gets like 25. How much does Tom get a year, though?
It was 25.
Well, that's way undervalued.
Matt Ryan's getting 18.
Yeah. That's a deal too for them.
What a good guy.
But like when Justin Herbert gets his new deal, like whatever he's getting paid, like they're gonna have to let go of several guys, right? Because by at that time,
I don't know, because like the Saints are able to keep everybody. They weren't able to cut anybody. They were $71 million over the cap, and they were able to keep everybody on their team, including Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. On the defensive side of the ball, they got like 6 dudes that are all making money. I don't know how. I honestly still believe that salary cap gymnastics is a real thing. It's just whether or not teams want to do it for certain guys, I think.
Yeah, but they did have, like, Teron Armstead. I'm sure that they probably would have put Marcus Williams, the safety who went to the Ravens. They probably would have brought him back. So they didn't have to cut anybody, but maybe they didn't sign their own guys that they wanted.
And they're not really paying anyone at quarterback. I mean,
yeah, rookie
peanuts.
Contract. That's very important. But even the Browns, they've paid Chubb, Hunt. They just paid Watson, and they're paying Amari Cooper, and they franchise tagged
Njoku, and they got Miles.
And they got Myles Garrett's massive contract. Their O-line all has predominantly massive contracts.
I don't know how this all happens, but it feels like some people are able to do it and some people aren't. Yeah. But it is blowing up in our face a little bit.
Yeah.
Raiders need to have some cap guys on to like really and ask them, hey, for real, how do you handle this? Like, is it real? Something you worry about?
Well, I asked Telesco that, and he said, yeah, it is a real cap. And then I asked Ballard, and he said, yeah, it is a real cap. But there are also 2 guys that aren't doing what, like, Rams, Bucks, Chiefs were. Browns now, I guess, are in the game.
Bean talked
Saints. What did Bean say?
I thought Bean was like, it's not completely fake, but there are definitely ways to get around it.
Let's get to a break. We'll wrap up the show on the other side. We're gonna figure out the salary cap.
Yeah, right now.
In the break during these 4 minutes. We'll see you then. What a day. What a world. There's been nothing that has happened today. Kind of boring in the NFL.
Yeah.
What a snooze fest. Did the NFL lose its fastball? We'll talk about that and more on the other side.
Down to, and pardon my French, but giving less fucks. I think that it's a maturity that comes from aging, from making mistakes, from failing, from being too sensitive at times, from taking things too personal at times, and it's about growth and learning not to be indifferent, because I think indifferent people are terrified of making choices, and it's a cold place to live. It's about choosing what to care about, and the things that you do care about, it's less things. It's not trying to be a part of every conversation or get involved in everything or setting yourself up to be offended about certain things. It's caring more about specific things and less things, and with those things, it's finding ways to solve the problems, because true happiness doesn't come from eliminating all problems in your life. I believe it comes from solving the problems that you have and dealing with the pain and the suffering that is natural in life and is a part of life. It's not fleeing from pain and suffering and running from those things and not dealing with the emotions situations. It's looking at those head on and saying, how can I solve these problems and make my life a little bit better? And that's what I've tried to do the last couple of years, and I've talked about in the show as well. It's about perspective. And I truly believe this, when you focus on the things that you have more than the things that you don't have, you allow yourself to let gratitude sink in. And when the gratitude sinks in, it is always accompanied by joy, because you're focusing on the blessings that you have, not on the things that you don't have, the things you wish you had, the way you wish your life was that much better, you wish you had this, you wish you had that. You'll always be unsatisfied. But when you take solace in the fact that you're where you're supposed to be, and that life is going to come at you with pain and suffering and failure and frustrations and mistakes, and just trying to solve those problems and do a little bit better next time, it allows you to, I think, be a little gentler with yourself and admit that you're a human. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to please everybody. There's always going to be a 500-pound elephant of possibly hatred and malice waiting for you, whatever decision you make, and that's just part of life. You got to deal with it and just try and be better the next time.
So you feel freer, it feels like, huh? You kind of feel free.
Yeah, there's a liberation that comes from caring less about the things that don't really matter in this life, I think. And I will say, if anything, and I know the two of you, the best on this show, so I won't speak for the other boys, but I'm sure they're very similar. There's a lot of joy in being unapologetically yourself. And I think in life we respect people the most often who are that way, who don't try and change or be different or grow meek in situations that require courage, that go quiet in situations that require communication. And that's what I appreciated in both your friendships, is that you guys have always been yourselves. And Pat, I haven't known you as long as I've known AJ. I sat next to AJ for 9 years, and I had so much love for him and appreciation for the friend that he is. But I always admired and was inspired by the fact that AJ was always himself. And he believed that who he was exactly who he was supposed to be. And he didn't have to be different or put on a face for anybody. He was unabashedly himself. And I think there's a lot to be, gained from doing it that way. And what I love about you and the boys is that's who you are. You guys show up every single day, not with an agenda, with an open mind, and great conversations around important topics, and then you just be yourselves.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here. Hour 3 wrapping up in 1 minute and 36 seconds. That's good hosting. Chris Mad Dog Russo will be on the other side of this 6-minute break. He'll be on in 7 minutes from right now.
Okay.
He's going to bring the fire. He's going to bring the heat, especially on this Sweet 16 Thursday. AJ, the floor is yours to speak to the Sirius XM listeners for the next minute or so. Let them hear all the good stuff that you, as a Centerville Elk, Ohio State legend, and Green Bay Packer legend, and Office fan, have. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hall.
Here you go, AJ. Bring it.
First up, I do not need a full minute to address
this guy. I only have 10 seconds. I have a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So how much time we have left until you're off?
53.
53 seconds. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Mad Dog Thursday is a big day for him, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
What are you writing down?
This
I
is
don't know
your
what you're writing down.
I'm writing down what you're saying.
Okay. Well, Mad Dog, I assume he's going to jump out from the start of the show. He's going to talk about you, your duel with Austin Theory, the animosity between you and Vince McMahon. It will be fun. He's going to talk about how you stood up shine, like he told us at the Super Bowl. He's going to have a great Thursday. So, yeah.
I didn't stand up, shine.
What are you talking about?
I didn't. That was great, I guess.
No, that sucked. That was
good.
brutal.
Stop coming to me then at that time.
What's your deal? How come you
Stop coming to me with a minute left. Or when I don't know if it's a minute or it's 4 seconds.
What do you want?
I told you you had a minute and 20 seconds, dude.
Yeah, for the first time ever.
Plenty of runway.
Yeah, and you're just bitching about it.
Chris Mad Dog Russo's next. We promise the show will be better than ours. See you in 21 hours. See that? Why can't you do that? Why can't you do it?
I don't have the real-time clock.
Why are you the way that you are?
Thank you.
All right.
What's that from?
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, your favorite show.
You're lying. He is lying.
Toby.
Oh, Michael Scott says it, but yeah.
I know.
I didn't know you were a part of the Office cult.
Bro, my wife and I, like, when we can't find anything to watch, we just watch reruns of The Office.
I'm going to get into it one day.
It's a good safety net.
No.
It's a good show.
Now Seinfeld's on Netflix too. Also great safety.
Great safety.
You know what my wife and I watched last night whenever there wasn't anything else on?
What?
Young Rock.
How was it?
It was a banger.
Season 2, episode 2. I'll let you know. I don't know if Doug Flutie's going to love this.
That's why I didn't like it.
I hate Doug Flutie.
Me too.
Wait, what happened?
I'll slap him right in the mouth
Me
if I ever see
too.
him.
I don't like the way Doug Flutie operated in that locker room.
Where?
Calgary Stampeders.
Oh.
Jeff Garcia. Love him.
Love Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, love Jeff.
Jeff Garcia was giving coupons to The Rock, and whenever he was
Really?
down in
Got
his
a pair of
life,
shit kickers.
Yeah, got him boots and everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
Jeff
a guy.
Garcia, great guy. I don't think Doug Flutie and The Rock liked each other.
Safe to say. Safe to say.
I don't think they got along. I don't know how their relationship is now. Maybe we'll follow throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Did Jeff Garcia play himself?
No, it was an
Shut
actor
up,
playing
sweet.
Jeff Garcia, but it would have been cool if Jeff Garcia played himself. And I think Doug Flutie would have rather played himself too than the person that is playing Doug Flutie.
He picked the shortest guy too.
Whoa!
I hate Doug
deficient.
Flutie.
Height deficient. I don't know if Doug Flutie stands taller than 4'9" in that show.
Oh yeah.
Really? I'm going to have to check this episode out.
Yeah, episode 2 was good. 21 minutes.
He's a
of
good
fire.
drummer. Doug Flutie's like in a band with his brothers, I think.
Great athlete. Doug Flutie, great athlete, great
better than The
competitor.
Rock.
He had hats made back in the day in the CFL with a mullet coming out the back.
Oh, good businessman.
Yeah.
too.
He had the last drop kick, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good stat.
Calgary's a great place,
Just
right?
so we're clear, though, like
not the best drop kicker in the NFL.
No,
I'd like that to be known.
Who is?
Odell Beckham.
I'm a pretty good fucking drop kicker. Like there's video on tape. I have like a 60-yard drop kick on tape. Now Thomas Morstead also very good at it. The Aussie guys are very good at it.
Wait, is this in a game you did that?
No, can't. Like that's the thing. Like Doug Flutie getting to do it in a game is obviously incredible, and being able to execute live in a game is awesome. I mean, it takes a lot of time. It's not as easy as it is in practice or whatever. But the drop kick is a beautiful thing that probably will never get used again because it makes no sense to actually do it because it's slower. It's more likely to get blocked. It's hard to practice because are people actually coming in practice? You don't know how long you got to do it. But he is a great drop kicker, I will say. But it does feel like because he was the last one, there's a lot of conversation about like, oh, this is the guy, the authority on drop kicking. And it's like, all right, like the Aussies can drop kick like literally in their sleep. Those dudes just kind of wake up and just do that. Here's a picture of Doug Flutie, obviously. That's him in the show.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
You got to remember,
we
though.
serious?
That guy's a scumbag.
Hold on. Look at this dude in the background. Who is the guy behind Doug Flutie?
That's offensive lineman. He was guard.
That's a real NFL player currently, right?
CFL. It's the NFL of Canada. It's actually one of the jokes in the show. I'm sorry I took that from Mama Rock. She's awesome in the show. So is Grandma Rock.
Oh, Nona?
The whole thing. Yeah, Nona. Nona.
Yeah, Nona Rock.
Is absolutely incredible. That show is awesome, man. I love it.
Me too. I've only seen episode 1. I haven't seen episode 2 yet.
Season 2?
Yeah. Sorry.
You're full of shit.
This guy.
I couldn't do it.
Couldn't even hold
Hey,
it.
let me watch the same episode of The Office for the 50th time. This would be funny.
Is it on the Cock or is it on Big NBC?
It's on the Cock.
Both.
I'll go check it. I don't go to the Cock very often, only to watch you.
Well, it's Peacock Suggestions, too. It's right there. You'll find it.
Right at
It's
the
like the
top.
third one over, I think. You'll find it.
Okay.
Great storyline so far.
Great.
Obviously, it's life, but
Wait, Zito and the Rock are boys, though, online.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen?
Probably because he understands that Zito's a fucking real one, dude.
Yeah.
And last season it was big, and then once Zeke drank the ooze juice and put it over, that really set the tone. Like,
Ooze juice,
we're
ooze
boys
juice.
now.
Hey, that Zoa energy is very, very delightful.
Nice.
I love starting my morning with a nice ooze juice.
Well, and there's no jitters or crash either. That's the thing about it. High quality products. That's what the
There's
Rock
pre-workout
produces.
ooze juice too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I've been doing the ooze juice pre-workout. No jitters, no crash.
Has anyone done an ooze juice and Terramana yet? I assume that's the concoction.
I'm sure off camera he does, but he doesn't want to cut that Terramana because of how good it tastes.
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
true.
I was gonna
He
say,
always enjoys it out on the ice.
he poured himself a massive glass of Terramana.
How about when he's popping that bottle in his?
Hey, he makes everything look delicious.
Well, it is.
makes everything
It is
look
a
so
delicious.
What are you talking about? Everything he's a part of is
Yeah,
good.
delicious.
Well, I haven't had the energy drink yet, but I know the tequila's pretty damn good.
The French toast also delicious.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
need
sush.
it. I need it.
The cod.
I think the French toast will be available.
Really?
I think it's going on for
Like
sale.
his own
think it
French
is
toast?
available.
I don't know if it's nationwide though, is it? I don't know if it's nationwide.
Check it now.
I thought they made it in house.
Why doesn't he have a restaurant chain?
Well, I think you should just have a DoorDash.
Yeah.
Ghost
It was a
Kitchens.
Rock Bottom Brewery. He had to be attached to
He
that.
should have a steakhouses.
Dewey's DoorDash.
He had to be.
My buddy was a huge Rock fan growing up, and he had a big jug from the Rock Bottom Brewery. And I ate there in Minneapolis before a game once.
Was it good?
Yeah, great spot.
Did you go out and eat in restaurants the night before games?
I tried not to, but if I had family in town, I would.
Yeah, I didn't do much of that at all. I was
I
invited.
like room service in my room.
Yeah, I just passed out until meetings, and I went back to bed until game, and I just kind of got in and out. There was guys that loved going out and about and eating and everything like that, and I would never
Shopping. Guys come on the plane with 15 bags.
It's like, geez, how do you have enough time? What are you guys doing here? There's a couple cities you want to walk around and see. Like when we played the Commanders the first time, I was like, oh, I want to go walk around DC a little bit. I want to go walk around and see like Virginia a little bit because it's interesting. Some other cities maybe, but a lot of those places, like even for SmackDown, I feel like I've been in so many cities and I have not seen any of them, you know? Just the road from the airport to the arena, and then the arena back to the airport, and then I'm out of there. Same thing with football. It was like I was in all these cities, and it was like I looked out of the hotel room and I saw it looked pretty nice, and I shut the blind, made it as pitch black as possible so I can sleep, and then I guess I got to see some of their people at the stadium, but never really experienced a lot of these places. I feel like we've missed out on a lot, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, True. When you have a game, I don't know. Some guys, everyone's so different. Some guys cannot sit in the room for a half a second. Others love it.
That's what retirement's for.
Yeah.
What, going and seeing places?
Go walk around and sightsee like an idiot.
Well, that's why Fort Worth was
Like a curious person. What do you mean? Like an
No,
idiot?
of course you can go. Sightseeing is great. Believe me, we go all over the place. My wife likes to travel. I like to see things, but I don't need to spend 4 hours in one thing that you think is awesome. 10 minutes does me the same.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I concur. And if you sign up for one of those tours, you're dead.
Where they're bussing you around. You got to get on a bus with 50 people, and then you got to wait. Mass transit, when you have to rely on other people, it's just so slow moving. It's tough.
Concur. They don't get through the shit enough. And when they get to something boring, it's like, I'd like to skip this chapter.
Yeah.
Can we please get to the next one? 30 minutes, we'll go to this. I did a castle tour over in Europe.
Ooh.
And, I remember thinking, how cool it was going to be or whatever. Those rooms all look the exact same.
Yeah, castles.
They want to stay. The guide wants to. Usually, if you hire a guide, we did that at Stonehenge with our kids and everything. Hired the walking guide, and 4 minutes in, you're walking so slow and stopping, we just left them basically.
Yeah, come on, pal. We got to get who did this? How'd this happen? This was aliens, right? We all agree this is aliens. Thanks. All right, see you later. Get me to the kitchen. Yeah. What are they eating? Let me see the bed. All right, cool. Is there an office here? And what's the weird long hallway where he uses his power trip? That's all I need to know. And then let me get out of here. Instead, I'm seeing this is the guest bedroom that Sir blah 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 stayed in one night, and then this is this guest bed. It's all right. I can Zillow this. Can we fucking get to the real stuff here?
Yeah, no, thank you. I can't imagine people doing that all day.
That's full business.
Jobs. I know.
I went to the actual castle that was the inspo for the Disney castle.
Oh, really?
That's sweet.
It's on the side of a cliff almost.
Where?
If I recall.
The one in France where you can only go out to it in low tide?
I don't know if it's France or Germany.
Because I thought it was one from France.
I've seen a lot of castles.
Yeah.
They all look the exact same.
You should buy one.
I don't think they're...
You see some old ones for sale? Absolutely.
Sometimes.
So Epstein's Islands are up for sale. You want to buy it, AJ? $125 million.
Yeah.
Is that how much they're asking?
It has good reception there. I learned from the doc.
Well,
I would imagine that's a very valuable island.
What do you mean imagine? You have stock in it. You'll make money off the sale.
Stock in it.
AJ, which part of the island is your favorite? The submarine dock?
Is there a submarine? There's not a submarine there.
No, AJ.
Oh, you would know, wouldn't you?
Come on,
you
pal.
weirdo.
Let's go to
It'd be sweet to have your own submarine.
Let's go to Jet in Saskatchewan, Canada.
Ooh.
What's up, boys? How's it going?
Hey, going good. Sorry about that. What part of Canada are you in?
Saskatchewan.
I mean, Mitt, great to see you, Mitt, by the way.
Hey,
We love
Mitt.
seeing you, Mitt. We love you, buddy.
How's it spelled?
It's Saskatchewan. Yeah, he spelled Secatawa. And in my head, I'm like, that's probably Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know Canada that well.
Be Saskatchewan.
I just learned about Newfies and
Yeah.
stuff like that the other day. So close to Canada, don't know fuck about them. Sorry about it, Jet. What's going on, pal?
Well, I saw that tweet from OBJ about Matt Ryan going to the Colts and how it's the greatest thing that ever happened to football. And I was just curious, is there any chance the Colts would go grab OBJ? And does he still have the juice to be a W?
Let's go to the Browns.
Jet, did you not see him in the Super Bowl, Jet? Hell yeah. And what part of Saskatchewan are you in? You close to North Dakota or you up in the meat a little bit?
Yeah, I'm close to North Dakota. I'm in Regina.
Oh, love Regina, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
John Ryan, home of John Ryan.
John Ryan is a Regina legend, also a American Ninja Warrior legend, great punter, great quarterback, CFL
Shredded.
legend.
Dude is shredded.
Yoked, that guy. Yeah. Hell of an athlete. Was a wide receiver, I believe, in the CFL as well.
Really?
Wow, damn.
I think.
Wow.
He's married to a female comedian. I forget her name.
Amy Schumer.
No.
Not that one.
Sarah
Silverman.
It's not Sarah Silverman.
Eliza Schlesinger.
Schlesinger.
No.
We would have never got her name right.
It's not Eliza.
Yeah, I don't think it's her either.
Amy Poehler.
It's not Amy Poehler.
Tina Fey?
Not Tina Fey.
Kristen Wiig.
Not Kristen Wiig.
John
Angela
Ryan
Bassett.
is married to Sarah Colonna.
Sarah Colonna.
We were
Kelowna. Yeah,
Kelowna.
Thanks. dude.
They're a great couple, by the way.
She's
Yeah,
hilarious.
she is hilarious.
I'm happy they've,
Clap it up for him.
Made it happen.
Oh,
Celebrity couples don't ever work. I'm happy they're working.
Yeah, seriously.
Still going. It's real love, dude.
She was on the show with Chelsea Handler. She was part of Chelsea lately, so that's why we thought.
That's why.
Tone, listen, we know you have a computer directly. So whenever you sit back, and start explaining things, like any other little tidbits you found there from your quick Wikipedia search there, Tone?
She went to the University of Arkansas.
It all comes back around. Yeah. So we got a big night tonight.
What's the 10, baby?
Join our boost, okay? We don't like it, but you'll at least be alongside of us. And since we don't like it, it'll probably hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
This will probably hit. Let's have a night tonight. Let's enjoy the United States beating the hell out of Mexico.
Hell yeah.
And then let's enjoy Peru losing to Costa Rica, and let's watch Canada fucking get a dub, and then let's go to the soccer Lombardi.
Hell yeah.
Tonight's a night where the Sweet 16 overs boost hits. Tonight's a night where Christian Pulisic cements himself as the greatest soccer player on earth.
What?
Give the guy the goddamn balloon to throw.
What?
Give him the balloon.
Give him the balloon. It's not too soon to give him the balloon.
Hell yeah.
Well said.
Thank you.
It's a great campaign.
Yeah.
Has any American ever won?
No.
Clint Dempsey was close.
Tony Miola.
They were close, but he didn't win.
Tony Miola won.
Finalists.
Tony Miola was
Colby
fine.
Jones was close one.
Yeah.
Dude, his
Josie
dreads were
Altidore.
so sweet.
Josie Altidore was right on the cusp, and then freaking Messi stole his shine.
No, I think Acosta, also a player on our team tonight, he's up for the balloon door.
Diego?
No. Acosta, too. Jamie, I think he got him.
Oh. He's very good. I'm excited to watch him play.
What happened? Gio Reyna, too. Gio Reyna is going to tear it up tonight.
What is this?
I cannot
What is going on?
Our team's fucking stacked. It's hard to keep track of all these guys.
Is this a B team or not?
Diego Costa, he was going to play.
I thought so too.
He decided not to.
False promises. Ronaldo's still the fucking coach. Who's coaching these
Ronaldo's
boys?
banned from U.S. soccer
Ronaldo's
forever.
dead.
Grubauer.
Grubauer.
When's
might-
Bob Bradley coming back?
Yeah, you can tell we don't want that.
That guy
Watching Ty's brain try to find soccer information in there. I saw him kick hockey talk. Oh my God. All right, let's go, United States.
Here we go, boys. Here we go, lads.
Go, boys.
There's a boost for a goal in the first 20 minutes on FanDuel as well. I'd like to let everybody know.
That's not happening.
We do not like that boost. We don't like that. I bet on it, but we don't like that boost. Or we don't like the overs boost. We are betting on both of them, though. And we plan on celebrating both of them tomorrow on Feel Good Friday.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Shams and D-Butt. Excited
you,
to see who
Shams
joins
and
us
D-Butt.
tomorrow. And we've got a lot of people reach out to us about booking that have zero booking experience, but will give a lot of effort. And I appreciate that. I'm not sure that's how the booking game goes. No. But we will look into every single person that has reached out because we do
Every
need-
single one of them.
Just because you get
Have
50
to.
of your internet friends to tag all of us in every fucking tweet and say, hire this fucking guy. Guess what? That's not going to work.
Now, Tone, speaking
You
for
most
Tone,
likely got muted and blocked.
It would help to have a fan, though. It would help if someone is a fan of the show because they kind of know the kind of
Jesus.
guest.
I would like to let Panda know who Tone is talking to.
Definitely who I'm talking
He is
about.
being considered. Tone is speaking for Tone. He does not speak for everybody else. Definitely looking into Panda because the passion in that video to become a booker for us is what we need, I think.
That's right.
I think we need that type of passion, actually. But he's not the only one. There's a lot of people that are trying to get in there, and it is an honor. So I think everybody is due, at least a look into everybody. I've gotten 4 scroll emails that have been forwarded to me from other people that have gotten emails on why people think they'd be a good booker. Everybody knows I haven't read a book before, but some of these really long emails make it a compelling case to hire all of
Probably
them.
some short emails too, though, right?
What's
Like
that?
Some simple, concise, easy to read ones as well.
Yeah, those ones do get read at a much more rapid rate than the long ones. But this is something we are actively seeking, we are looking into, and we appreciate everybody's potential want to do that job. With that being said, it's not just a fun job, I don't think. Like, that job stinks.
Yeah.
That job is not a fun job. Like, I don't think a lot of people fully understand, like, how bad that job stinks. Like, it is not a fun thing to do, to just fire off
bum, 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 bum. And then like, yeah, we'd like to do it. Yeah, we'd like to do it. No, we don't want to do it. Yeah, we would like to do it. We can't do it till this day. And then mixing it all in and matching. It's not fun. It's not an easy job is what we're saying. So we have to be pretty diligent on who we hire to do it. I think we know the traits of the person that could probably be well at it. That's why I think all these really long emails, need to be thoroughly read through.
That's right.
Have you done it before? Do you have contacts in the industry?
We do have a leader,
Et cetera.
Et cetera.
Are you good at networking at public events, like a concert, maybe?
And how?
Oh,
what is your presentation like on the internet? Are you an asshole? Because that doesn't necessarily help us. Even though we are a bunch of assholes, we can't have our person that is representing us with these suits, which is who you have to talk to. It's like you got to play the game. So we're trying to go through it all here, and we will pay for that job. That job you will make good money in that particular job. So. Keep sending in your things.
Yeah.
Panda is, though, that passion is something I don't think it's going to be easy to find.
Yeah, you can't shy away from that.
Tone, though. There was some other stuff that was getting sent to me that I did mute a conversation in.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got it.
We get it, dude.
I'm not saying it.
The
guy's probably a good guy, I'm not sure.
There is a leader in the clubhouse. I think we all know that.
Who's that?
I mean, he owns his own business. He's a pretty good people person. I believe his interactions on the internet have been nothing
Indiana's
but
number
above
one
par.
realtor.
Also likes to have a good time.
Yeah,
Shinigami?
drink with the best of them.
Like,
Not Shinigami. Although Shinigami does have connections.
He does.
True, but
Steve.
Steve.
Oh, Big Steve.
Big Steve, 6'2", 340.
Steve has been found.
You actually found the Big Steve?
Steve found us, yeah. Steve found us, and he has entered into the race of being a booker.
Oh, welcome to the team, Steve. That's awesome.
We're doing our due diligence.
That's right.
I've only seen him one time. I loved his energy. I liked everything about him, but I'm not 100% sure he's
What a great story if he comes on board.
Well, Shinigami's actually not a bad idea.
I've been thinking about him.
Yeah.
Granted, if people say no to him, he will kick them in the face, but
He'll fucking shin him in the bang. Something I got to work on, I think, is flexibility. I just realized. Holy hell, what was that all about?
grab the
Oh,
yoga
you
mat.
wearing your Zions?
Yeah, dude, because he's back, dude. He's fucking.
I saw that.
And then Shams said they're trying to ramp him up, see if he's healthy. We don't have enough time. Probably not this season. I'm like, Shams. He literally just tweeted that or posted that to say, I'm fucking ready. They're not playing me.
Yeah. They're in a playoff game spot, too.
These Pelicans keep holding me back. These Pelicans keep holding me back.
Basketball?
Can you please put that up on before we get... Oh, no, that was against you?
Oh, AJ.
Yeah, he threw a touchdown on us.
In the NFC Championship?
What were you supposed to do? You're just supposed to make sure he doesn't run there, right? Somebody else is supposed to get the tight end that released?
Yeah, it was a tough deal for us. They got us on our call. Yeah, it was just short side of the field. We were crashing. Bam. See ya.
Tough deal.
Yeah, I will never forget that.
Neither will John, by the way.
And then the onside kick too.
Hey, you were
on the other side.
No, who's Jordy? I think Jordy
was right. Jordy's right behind the second row on. Unfortunately, Bostic. It went off his hands and head.
Hey, but if you watch that back from the side.
I'm going to get you, John.
Look at your fucking eye. He wasn't going to pick up the first down with fucking AJ, though.
No.
AJ's scraping over the top. Probably not even supposed to be there, huh? Just making a play?
Yeah. Most dangerous kind of on that one.
Hey, that ball is landed in Jordy's hands like this, by the way.
Yeah.
That onside.
Yeah.
They showed it the other day. They showed it like, I think whenever...
NFL's greatest games or when Russ got
I think
traded?
when Russ got traded, it was like the Russell's greatest games as a Seahawk or whatever. They had it all on NFL Network out here. We get lost in some of those games, by the way. It's like, oh, shit. Like, I watched, like, some plays. Awesome. I'm like, here we go. Like, this was 10 years ago. I don't remember I remember who wins, probably, but I don't remember the exacts on how we get there. There's a lot of bad plays by big-name people that we forget about.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, there's always, like, one person that'll catch blame. But then you watch the game back, it was like, oh, there's, like, 7-8 plays here where this game could have certainly went a different direction, and it chose not to. I watched the Super Bowl I played in for the first time. Like 2 weeks ago. First time I ever seen the game back. First time I ever watched it. And there was like numerous plays in there. I was like, I don't remember that happening. God damn, if that happens, we're I'm probably Twitter bio fucking Super Bowl champ. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Probably a whole different world. I didn't remember that game the way it went. It's nice to run those games. But that onside kick by the Seahawks, great kick, by the way. Good high hop there. But, I mean, Jordy's doing,
Yeah, front line, you just got to run forward and block your guy.
Yeah, that's the job there. Yeah, Boston got excited. The ball was coming to him. That you try to coach that out of that person. By the way, you try to say, hey, like, hey, you're not here to fucking. You're here to protect this guy who's catching it. We had Pat Anger. He was on our front line, but there was zero chance he was running at anybody. If that ball was coming in his direction, Pat Anger was hopping. I think he has like 2-3 of those things covered. Like great hands, great bounce. But his job was technically to take somebody out. So every time he did that, he's rolling the dice on like, I'm supposed to do this, but if I do this and I do well, nobody cares. I do this and I fuck up, I'm probably fired. And that's what happened to Boston. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly what took place. Just as somebody who enjoys a good onside kick, it was nice watching, I think it was Hauschka that kicked that one for Seattle.
Yeah.
I think it was Hauschka that kicked. That was a great onside kick. Fucking great onside kick. There's a lot of shitty onside kicks right now because it's damn near impossible to get. It's kind of the lost art. Yeah.
People forget Russell Wilson had like 4 interceptions in that game too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that.
Remember that
Tyreek Hill is talking about his new home. This is via My Sports Update. Tua is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL, man. His ball placement, getting us the ball in space and us utilizing our speed, that's dangerous. So Tyreek, much like Russell Wilson, watched the all-22 of all the games last year, saw what Tua had to offer. I would assume that had to be a part of the pitch, by the way, by Mike McDaniel. Remember, Mike McDaniel, big on clips, showing people on why they need to do what they need to do, why we're doing what we're doing. I would assume a part of the pitch was like, hey, listen, we got a quarterback that nobody really knows about because he hasn't really been put in a lot of situations for success. Here's some plays that would fit the type of offense that I would run, and here is some of the throws that he has made. Boom, boom, boom. You might not know Tua yet, Tyreek, but with you, with our offense, with the way he plays, this could be magic, and that's probably what Tyreek Hill's saying there, do you think?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, McDaniel probably showed him a million clips of, hey, this is where we'll use you, this is what we can do, and probably I would imagine being Tyreek Hill, you get very excited hearing all the ideas that this new young head coach has for you, and yeah, you see it. He talks about how accurate Tua is, so we'll see if he throws the ball down the field.
Think about how excited Mike McDaniel is to get Tyreek Hill in that offense. Yeah. You know?
Mike McDaniel just wants to start the season, don't you think? Like, he knows, like, he understands the hype surrounding everything, and he even said, I'm a 0-win head coach, so he just wants to get going.
I love that guy. I love the Dolphins. Congrats to you guys.
Congrats, Goom.
Still going to be tough with Buffalo Bills. What is Stephon Diggs tweeting about?
Yeah, that's wild.
Have you seen that? Darius Butler brought that up. He was like, Diggs is even saying, like, hey, it's just business. It's nothing personal. I'm like, what does that mean for Diggs? What is Diggs doing?
Is he talking about Cole Beasley, maybe?
Or is he talking about somebody else? Is he talking about other players, Dahn himself? Because it feels like everything that we've heard out of him and Josh Allen in Buffalo is like all good, right? Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. He's talking about somebody else. That's just a tweet about life. That's what that is.
Yeah. Better hope so.
All right, we're back tomorrow. Hammer Dahn is in about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
3:45. Then tonight we got a couple booths that we're hammering that we're not 100%.
Let's ride.
Here we go.
Hell yeah.
100% sold on. How is that only plus 120?
They'll both hit.
I don't know. I'm going to have to sit down with that person.
Need a lot of buckets.
Also, how does it start at minus 120? That's kind of my curiosity. If you parlay all 4 overs and it's plus 12,000, how come it's minus 120?
Well, those are
That's the big question. Like, because they show us the was and the now, and like get a like, like, okay, that's good. 40 points here from a negative to a positive is great.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is, I think there was a glitch whenever that was created.
Yeah.
See, my personal thinking is, if you add up all the totals, they think there's going to be 572.5 points tonight. So if you would have went 569.5, then maybe minus 120 to plus 120. But I could see now that it's 3 points over, maybe plus 120 to plus 160.
200.
Yeah, because they think it's going to push. They think every bet they put out is going to push, right?
So they think there's going to be 572.5 points scored tonight.
I mean, we might as well hit all 4 overs.
Yeah, I'm going to do that for sure.
At plus 1,200.
Yeah.
Doing that.
And then that first 20 goal, like, we're only going to watch, 5-6 minutes of that game at the beginning.
Right.
If.
So we'll find out early if we hit that one, too.
Yeah, I'm just banking on Gumpy watching and letting us know.
U.S. double chance at pretty much even money is a very good bet, my
What does that mean?
So if they win or tie, you win your bet.
Double chance.
Okay, there we go.
What is it called?
Double chance.
Plus?
Oh, it's minus 110.
That's not even money.
Just about.
Are the
It's pretty
people
good.
who are at that other game in Liga MX going to be there? Because if they are, I don't like our
No
chances.
fans. AJ said there's no fans going under. Right, AJ?
None. Zero.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that we. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. Those motherfuckers are going to be in the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't give a damn about all the
No.
Liga MX stuff. They're going to be in there just. There's a lot of this from our crew.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like just all games.
Yep.
Wear a helmet.
I want to bring a hatchet with you.
Or riot gear.
There's probably going to be a metal detector, but if it's that fat guy from the English soccer.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
See.
Bueno.
Tyreek Hill, more quotes on Mike McDaniel here via Ari Murov at My Sports Update, Pro Football Focus. He's probably the funniest head coach I've ever met in my life. He's a dope guy. Fun guy to be around. His energy is contagious. I'm excited with the way he's telling me he'll get the ball. He's telling me he'll get me the ball. Excited to play for the guy. I think we all are, by the way.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
we met Mike McDaniel, we thought the same thing.
Sold.
I can't believe this guy's a head coach in the NFL, and I'm pumped that this guy's a head coach in the NFL. Nothing like anybody else, I think, that is a head coach in the NFL, right?
Not at all. Sat right in Ty's seat for over an hour.
Very comfortable, too, by the way. Sat in the pocket, was never anything but himself, answered the questions how he believes.
Hidden jokes in there too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Tyreek also said Mike McDaniel sounds like Shrek.
He said that?
More fuck one.
I don't see it.
What?
Who was that?
What's that about?
That's not Shrek, I don't think.
Who was that? It's Michael Myers.
No, Z, you only look like Shrek. You don't.
Whoa.
That's not true. See?
Get off my land, donkey! There it is. I got it now. I got it. I had to find the words.
Don't know how we can go from there. Thank you to everybody for watching. See you guys tomorrow. 20 minutes until Hammer. Dahn! You guys are the best. Bye.